Alright, let's try. Hey, we're gonna vibe out for a little bit. Hopefully y'all can hear me. Let me see if it gets. Let me check my levels. Let me know, can you hear me? Hey, hey, hey. Let's go! You can hear me! I still get excited. When stuff be going right. You know what I'm saying? You did. Alright. Alright. We ain't gonna wait too much long. So let me reposition everything the way I had it, and we're gonna get right into what today's festivities are about. I think I got some good content coming for you today. As you can tell by the name of this video, it's clear we're gonna be talking about the red pill community today. And you know, I want to speak or not speak. I want to show more how much these people are frauds, man. They're like pseudo intellectuals, but they have no substance. Let's move this right over here. I wish I would have had all this set up beforehand, but I didn't, so it don't matter. It's still the beginning. What's this? This episode 3. We still going, baby. We don't have a schedule as of yet, but I want to at least get one every Friday. You know, we're gonna talk about the red pill community at least once every Friday, and so the first part is gonna this first reaction we're gonna do is going to be to the red pill. Then there's some other political things that I would like to touch on today. So that's not it. Let's get there. Okay, we're gonna touch this down. All right, boom. This is the video we're going to be watching today. I saw some clips of it, and the clips that I saw were very interesting. So it piqued me. I figured what better way to... we're going to skip to once they Destiny joins the live.
And Alicia would like to show up.
This is basically... I don't know who this guy is. He just appeared out of nowhere. You know, just like that what, tomfoolery beige dude with the braids. And he like 50 or something. He came out of nowhere. And he's been popping up everywhere. But every time I see him, he's like always railroading people, not allowing them to finish a question. He never answers a question. And it's always everything he's saying, everything that I see him saying is always either a backhanded compliment or what's up? When? Downstairs? Right now? Where?
Same place.
In the cage?
No,
the same place?
As last night. I'm gonna clean it up though.
Alright, thank you. Put him in the cage. Dang, man. This daggone dog, man.
I think I know I'll make him puke.
We'll talk about this later. Is the soap? Is he eating it?
Yeah, yeah.
Don't let him eat it.
I tried, but he
licks it.
Yes, I lift up his head, try to get it, and then just pass it through my hand.
Yeah.
I can't clean him and keep his head up at the same time.
All right.
So we're gonna have to get like a little tiny subtraction, like contraption.
Keep his head up. Yeah. All right. Thank you, buddy. That does make sense. All right. I appreciate it. All right. So as I was saying, this dude, I don't know who he is. I don't know where he comes from. I don't know why he, I don't know. He's very arrogant, and my understanding is that he is like well accomplished in some way, but I just don't know much about him. But what I do know, or what I have seen, is this guy is not who we want to be an example of what a man is, in my opinion. And I'm going to present my case solely based off of his stream, but from Destiny's point of view. He's I'm not even going to give you too much of a foreshadow. Let's get right into it.
I'll absolutely provide them the links during the call if any of them show up. This session was listed with enough time in advance for any one of them to show up if they so chose, and they're all welcome. I'd be happy to debate Destiny or anyone. Truth be told, there's not a single person you've seen on YouTube that would survive at any level. Not a single person. Like, not even.
Right off the back, that's a real cocky way to start. Go ahead, buddy. Look right there. Get the cordage plugged in right there. Thank you. Very cocky way to Oh, this is gonna be so funny to look back on when this really takes off. But real cocky way to start this conversation on. Well, not even a conversation. Real cocky way to, I don't know. Some say that's a GOAT mentality. I don't know about that.
Close. That's what I'm saying. It wouldn't even be close. It'd be like Michael Jordan playing the worst kid in high school. Anyways, thank. Genome writes, debate Destiny.
It'd
be my pleasure.
So
hold on, sorry.
You're MJ now, bro. Like chill. Chill. Come on.
An August clip coming through.
I'm tripping right now because we're 2 hours in, right? And there's still another hour 40 minutes. Like, good Lord, that is unnecessarily long. And here's the funny thing. No one's made a penny from the whole thing except the bisexual white dude who's been playing video games the whole time. How ironic. Everyone else been pouring out their passion, their arguments, their solution, their thinking, and the gay white dude playing the video games is making the bag. Hey, he might not know how to live his life in terms of morals, but he knows how to get to the bag.
Another thing, bro. When they hyper homophobic like he is right now, like, what him being gay got to do with anything? You know what I'm saying? Why are we bringing up people? I don't even know that he may be gay. You know what I'm saying? But what does that matter? You know what I'm saying? Why are you so worried about what he do with his wick? You know what I'm saying? You trying to get dipped in? So why is that a focus of yours? It's real weird. You know what I'm saying? Bro's weird.
Shout out to him, because he didn't use these dogs like the dogs that they are. Good Lord.
And I'm losing my hope and faith in
No, listen, I didn't vouch for him.
getting back.
I'm trying to get. There's got to be better black men in the community.
But why are
Wow. We have a guy who's not even a stand-up white guy talking about there has to be better black men. Hold on, my boy. First off, why don't you figure out what you're supposed to be as a man? Figure that out before you start assessing any other man. Because last I heard, men don't take it up the backside, bruh. Women aren't even supposed to be taking up the backside the way you're doing it, bruh. So now I'm gonna need you to stop judging. And it's ironic because he doesn't want to be judged. Yeah, he's over here judging. That's curious. That's fascinating.
This
Oh god, the projection. Oof, this is gonna be brutal.
All right, I want to
And
skip.
just side note, if you didn't think the
gonna
LGBTQ
speed
mafia
through this.
hates black people and black culture, they absolutely do. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Because remember, hip hop culture is one very much an expression of the African American culture. African Americans have had the highest levels of religiosity in America, and along with that has come the rebuke of that lifestyle. And so very much the LGBTQ has tried to break the African American male culture, which is largely embedded in hip hop music. And so they're trying to.
And not like with my entire chest, I believe men who feel that other whatevers are trying to demasculate black men, you're fighting with homosexuality. That's the problem. You know what I'm saying? I ain't someone, whatever. Like I said, if you feel that whatever is trying to demasculate men, I think, in my opinion, you battling demons. You know what I'm saying? You. Why is the presence of homosexuality such a problem for you? You know what I'm saying? You battling demons. You got a closet you've been stuck in. Niggas is weird. Let's get back to it. I really do believe that. Like, it ain't that serious, brother.
Nice. I'm tripping, right?
Jesus.
Doing good because you're in graduate school right now?
Yes.
Okay, so she's in graduate school, so she is, by all accounts, an academic, and theoretically should be a rational person, able to analyze information and think in a linear way.
Talk shit about you, Haro. We got another clip coming through.
Looking at appearance as a metric, I'm gonna go ahead and say she's way out of your league, little buddy. Your arm looks like a plastic bag filled with water.
Doesn't it make sense that she's talking about leak though? Isn't that what all these like red pill dudes talk about? Like all you technically need is money and clout, and that's how you're supposed to be doing it, right? Like, doesn't that make sense in your world?
You look like you've never lifted a weight in your life. Your style is terrible.
What's this guy lifting? Where are his gym vids? I want to see his lifts. Post them.
Her hair is disheveled.
I don't go for the bald joke.
And like another thing I want to say, I'm not doing this as like a Destiny sycophant in any way whatsoever. There are things that I agree with Destiny on. There's things that I completely disagree with. His Zionist viewpoints of Gaza disgust me. But I, in all actuality, I do believe there's more that we do agree on than where we disagree. So, whereas we have strong opposing views on certain topics, I choose to look at what it is that we do agree on. And I agree this type of content I still don't know what his name is. I guess that's bad on me, but whatever. We're going to be using Bro's platform as a platform to platform my platform. And that's just where we are right now. Let's get back to it.
Jawline, and your beard is only making that reality worse. For people, especially those who have alternative practice. No, not.
Where did I?
Hey there, Destiny. How are you?
There we go. Finally.
Hey, pretty good. Were you talking about my school? Is that what was going on in here?
We're just warming up. We wanted to get some background on you because there's a funny thing going on the internet. Your fanatics, they deluded themselves into thinking that you're brighter than you are. You see, because you have a history of debating internet personalities who probably similar to yourself lack experience and sophistication. And so now you're about to get exposed. And I said, before we go in, let's take a little bit of background on who the guy is. And we saw in your own bio, you're making excuses for why you didn't complete a basic degree, a very easy degree at a third-tier university. Brain's moving slow. He's befuddled already. He's befuddled.
Yeah, okay, here. So wait, just real quick, Chief. Okay, what kind of convo do you want to have here?
Throw the lifeline. Let's do two things. Number one, let's go through and start with a little bit of an interview so we can get familiar with you.
Yeah, go for it. Okay.
We'll share a couple of questions, get familiar with you.
Uh-huh.
And then we'll do the thing that you did on your stream, which is you played my content at length. So we'll play a couple clips of yours, and then we'll discuss it and react to it. And then if you want to get into any other political items, we can do that. But you'll notice that the title of this stream is twofold. Number one, it states that you're racist. And the funny thing is, I almost never use this term. I think it's overused, and mostly people are lying and they're using that as an excuse to explain why they personally are losers. But in your case, you expose yourself. So we'll review that piece. And then there's a second thing you did, which is an abuse of language. And I find it to be very disgusting and dangerous. And you use this term homophobia, which actually doesn't really exist in real life. It's something that...
If it doesn't exist, why are you acknowledging it?
the left often does. You guys like to create words, and then you like to instrumentalize.
Every word was created at one point. Like, what if we want to play semantics?
Words and also pseudoscience to achieve your ends. And so we're going to discuss this concept of homophobia. And then, if you want to add on anything on the back end, oh, fantastic. How's that sound?
It sounds good. I'm used to really emotional people lashing out, calling me racist, and I'm used to really emotional people being homophobic when they have nothing else to say. So wherever you want to go, we can go wherever you want. I'm curious on the school thing. Wait, so why do you think I quit school?
You wrote that you quit school, and your website, let's confirm, your website is destiny.gg. Is that you?
That's me.
Okay. And your website, it reads, quote, I went to the University of Nebraska at Omaha. And before we carry on, we're both clear that this is a third tier university. This is a very low ranking university, right?
It's a state school in my state. I didn't have money to go to a private school.
Can we just keep it real and say that this is like Shitville University? Can we just like not?
Again, the pompous attitude towards state schools. So, unless it's a private institution, it's a third rate. What are we talking about? It's unnecessarily combative. And it's clear his intent is only content. He's not there to have a conversation with somebody. If you're there to have a conversation, there's a level of respect that you give. You're not just shooting the entire time. Like, this is just content for a conversation purely for content's sake. This is not... It's not productive at all. Like, this is
not lie about that, or are we going to pretend?
Well, no. So I would say to people that I highly recommend going to state schools if they serve the purpose that you have. I think it's really stupid to take on a whole bunch of. Well, excuse me, sir. Let me finish my answer. Right. I recommend people do state schools because why would I go to a university?
Can we agree that it's your university?
You see, as soon as bruh's trying to say, not bruh, because that's not a brother. As soon as Destiny's trying to say anything, immediately he's interjecting. Immediately he's interjecting without any respect to what he's trying to say. Can't make a point. He's gonna try to. You'll see. The question is here. Destiny will go to answer it. He'll see that the answers may be beyond his knowledge or his production's ability to have a disrespectful response, so they just move on to something else. Watch.
Yeah, it's a low-tier university, but I'm going for a music degree. There's no point unless I'm going to Berkeley or Juilliard. It's not going to matter as long as the studio is good. It really doesn't matter what school you go to, right? You understand that, like, a music performance degree from another state school doesn't matter. For music performance, the only thing that matters.
Where you go to school. That's why, like, for example, Barack Obama went to Harvard. That helped him a great deal in pursuing the presidency.
Do you think that the school that you graduate from
indicate your pedigree?
Well, I'm just curious. Do you think the school you graduate from with a music performance degree, do you think that's going to mean anything when you go to apply for? Don't
change the subject.
I'm asking you. I just want to hear it. Are we here to have a conversation? Or are you just trying to do a hit piece, dude?
1 second, my dear boy. I just want to see if you're living on the planet.
See, this is where black men are trying to this is where black men take the pleasures of what white men used to do to them. This is kind of like how I feel when I see black cops like being overly aggressive with the citizens. This is your version of reparations, because none of this is necessary. This is my dear boy. What? Who talks like that?
And I'm trying to have a conversation.
And it's mad disrespect. Don't call a grown man a boy. Ooh, you do that to the wrong one. You at war. You know what I'm saying?
You're just trying to do a hit piece. I'm not emotional at all, but I'm not gonna sit here and let you
And
like
then the constant, oh, you're emotional. Watch, it's going.
drag me around in the conversation if you don't have a real
It's
talk.
okay to acknowledge that
It's gonna be a boring talk. Oh, it could actually be entertaining and engaging too. Like we have the ability right now to have an interesting talk.
Calm down.
I'm super calm right now, dude. I don't know if you know what it sounds like when somebody's excited, but this ain't it.
Calm down. Just relax real quick. I'm just asking you
It's
to
so
find out if you're on planet Earth.
It's so
I'm definitely on
profound.
planet Earth, yeah, for sure.
Say you asked me, you said Marquette. You went to, if I were you, you
Yeah.
said Marquette. You went to University of Nebraska at
Yeah.
Omaha.
His name is Marquette. I've heard of Marquise. I've heard of Marquise. Marquette. His mama was a nigga.
Is that a low tier university? I would say it absolutely is a low tier university. It's very clear by the
And then, what is the point of saying it's a low tier university? It's still university. It still has a workload. What is the point? Like the elitism. A lot of red pill talk or content is solely based in elitism. Like reality isn't reality because you're a man and you dictate your reality, and it doesn't matter what the economy or opportunity zones are. You make your own. Like these corporations aren't getting the benefits they're telling you shouldn't get. Like it's so like we have Elon Musk right now talking about DEI when he subsidizes everything he does. He gets subsidies from the government to do, and he's then telling you pull yourself up by the bootstraps, and while at the same time saying we need to bring immigrants here to do the work that I need them to do because Americans are too stupid. But you people keep supporting them. So how did we ended up on Musk? From that, I don't know. It's
on U.S. News and World Report. It's clearly low tier, and I went there to save money, or I went there because of this. But I wouldn't start giving long, verbose explanations because that's just an indicator of insecurity. And what's more, you shouldn't try to defend it because you didn't even get a degree. You dropped out. You're a college dropout. So just say that I dropped out. I couldn't hack it. That's all I'm saying. So you don't have to get angry and defensive.
Okay, sure. So the actual answer is that like different universities are good for different purposes. For a music performance degree, as long as the studio is good, you go to the studio. In terms of overall rankings of university, yeah, it's probably a really low ranked university. It's the UNO. It wouldn't surprise me. Yeah, but I'm not going to pay out the ass to go to a state school, or to go to like a private school somewhere else. Yeah. But what's your
longest possible explanation?
So do you have any idea how insecure you have to be to look up?
Yo, he's saying that was the longest explanation when he was doing majority of the talking. It wouldn't have been that long if you wasn't talking so much. It makes no sense.
The ranking of the school that I went to?
Possible explanation you could ever give.
Okay.
Can you agree that it's
All right, go for it. What's your hit me up with your next question,
to
dude?
do a test to see if we're on planet Earth together. But you're defensive and you're insecure.
Gotcha.
You see, Achilles says finally took him 5 minutes to answer that. Right. I asked you a simple yes or no question, and then you got to give me a long story.
Well, I'm not going to let you jerk me around in the conversation, right? Like,
please. No, not the sexual stuff.
See, hey, what I tell y'all,
do you think
bro.
about other dudes' dicks more than I do?
Bro, what I tell you, when they are overly homophobic for no reason at all. He said jerk me around. You could have said, hey, yo. But he's like, hey, chill out. Bro, you like that stuff, bro. You one of them funny niggas. You make that funny money. You one of them boys. One of them down lows. Allegedly. So I ain't getting sued.
That's really weird, but if that's how you swing, bro, that's cool. I've seen a lot of homophobic people that secretly want to suck a dick, and if that's what you're after,
it's possible if we can try to avoid using that word.
Okay, as long as you stop making the sexual jokes, I'm cool for it too. All right.
I actually didn't. You're the first person to say anything that was homoerotic, but that's fine. That's fine.
If that eroticized you, my dude, that says way more about you than it does about me.
Hey, yeah, he said.
I see your bio. Yeah.
On your bio on your website, it reads, "I went to the University."
Yo, the glaze is wild. You reading bro's website bio? I've never seen somebody do it online. It's understandable if you do that beforehand because that's prep. That's just being prepared. You reading it all verbatim online. That's glaze, bro. What kind? That's glaze, bro. That's not it. That's bad work.
Nebraska at Omaha and majored in music performance, but eventually dropped out due to conflict with work at the time. I feel like that's one of those things where I'm like, bro, like, first off, if you didn't get a degree, there's no need to even list that. That's like me saying, like, I went to the mall, walked in the Gucci store, and left. It's like you didn't buy anything while you were there.
Yo, that's just like saying if a terrorist event at the mall happened, unless you paid for something, there's no point in acknowledging that you were there when that event happened. When you go to college, you still take the classes, and there are times you take. I didn't graduate from college. I went to I did what was it, 4 semesters? Not 4. I did 3 semesters, and I didn't finish. Does that mean that I didn't pass my business law class with flying colors? Pass my that I didn't have the experience of coming up and creating an entire project for my HR class? I still have those experiences that help me till today. Is everything that I got that I learned while I was in school applicable to life? Heck no. That's with any education that you get. Doing the real thing versus being in academia is 2 separate things. But you can't take that experience away. When you go for job applications, on the job application, it will ask if you went to whatever school, did you graduate, what was your degree, or whether or not this was some college. You know what I'm saying? That to totally devalue people's experience, such as education, is complete and utter idiocy. This guy is a clown, and he's an elitist, and he's an elitist without being elite. You know what I'm saying? You're not a part of the 1%. You're still a wreck. You're closer to me than you are to them. And that's with only knowing how money works. You know what I'm saying? You're not that well off, brother. You may be doing good, but you're closer to me than you are to Robert Kraft. You know what I'm saying? You're not that guy.
That doesn't need to be a part of the narrative. It's almost like irrelevant.
Do you think I didn't take any classes while I was at... Wait, do you think I didn't take any classes at school?
What's that?
Do you think I didn't take any classes while I was there?
You don't go on LinkedIn and list a school with an incomplete degree.
I'm not on... That's not... Wait, hold on. I'm sorry. Is my...
See? Moving the goalposts. When you get these... It's like talking to a black conservative. These people, these red pillars, they really are conservative. They want the white man's reality on earth. Red pill influencers are literally white supremacists in blackface, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? They want what they see that the white man has for themselves. You know what I'm saying? And they will move the goalposts every time you corner them with their own idiocies. Plus said if you go to LinkedIn, you don't put this college that you did not complete on your LinkedIn. You were just talking about his bio on his own personal website. Why are you moving the goalposts to now, if this was LinkedIn? It's not LinkedIn. Why are we bringing this up? He's a fraud. Fraud number one. It's hilarious.
LinkedIn?
Number one.
Wait, no. Just a question. Is my website LinkedIn?
The reason
Is
you
my
don't do that
website LinkedIn?
because
Is my
it
website
doesn't
LinkedIn? Can you
really
answer a single
help.
question I'm gonna ask you, or do you really
It
just do this
doesn't-
steamroll bullshit on every guest you bring on so you can like look good? I know you're hungry for my clout, so I know you want me to stay here. Okay, so let me ask you. Let me just ask you a question. Is my
He didn't
website
like that. He ain't like that. Don't tell him that you eating off me, baby. Don't tell him. Don't tell him that. But they do not like. I wouldn't be surprised if he started making like homophobic jokes. I promise you, I wouldn't be surprised. He's not. He's not as sophisticated as he thinks so.
It's a super easy yes or no question. Is my website LinkedIn? Is my website LinkedIn?
I just want to establish who you really are before we get going. Let's establish who you really are. You don't have to hide from, like, for example, let's look at it on the other side.
Well, no. How about this?
You said to me, Marquette, did
Yeah.
you go to Berkeley and get a degree? I would say, sir, I did that in 3 years. Yes, I did. If you said, then did you go to Johns Hopkins University and take a master's degree while working full time? I'd say, yes, that's correct.
See?
So it's like the same thing. I wouldn't have like a long story.
What?
I'd say, yes, that's correct, or no, that's incorrect. So
What I don't get, I people like this, they really make my skin like itch, right? You ask me a question, unless it's me filling out a form, my answer is my answer. I don't care how you would answer it. I'm not you, and you're not asking you the question. You're asking me. And you can't chokehold the conversation to where you're only going to allow me to say 4 words before you interject and then tell me that I'm taking forever to get my statement out. And then tell me how you prefer me to answer the question. What kind of... Who do you think you are, brother? Nobody knows you, Marquise. Like, get out.
the question is,
Marquez,
why
whatever.
would you verifying yours like you getting all defensive?
Okay, is my website LinkedIn?
Why are you getting
Not going to answer the
I'm
question.
not
You're
defensive.
asking-
You
you're
asked me.
asking
You're
this question
reading
right now.
my
You just said, is my
biography.
website LinkedIn?
You're reading
You're
my
asking questions that
website.
everyone knows the answer
Listen,
to.
Chief. If you go to
You're
listen, if you go to my
asking
Wikipedia
questions.
page, it says UNO on it. Ask them why they include it. I don't know. Some people
We're
like to know
talking
what
about
you.
what you did.
So,
Stop
yeah,
with the red hair.
what I
Stop
did was
with the
people
shit.
asked me, what is my
hair.
education? What is my educational background? I did some college, and I wrote where I went to college at. I didn't say I have a degree.
Very good. Very good. Now, truth be told,
Yeah.
did you fail to complete your degree because of school or because you're a screw up? Did you fail to complete your degree because of work or because you're a screw up?
I mean, I probably could have tried harder to do both. I guess.
You guess. So I'm asking you straight, like, was it work or are you a screw up?
Well, I don't think it was possible to finish that degree in 4 or 5 years while working overnight and providing for myself. I don't think it was possible for me to do it.
Okay, so your story, I just want to make sure I understand.
And here he goes.
So your
He's
narrative is that
And what another thing about the red pillars, bro, they can't help but to be so self-centered that everything that exists has to be projected through their own mindset or how they feel about it. There's no room for how anyone else feels or what anyone else has to deal with. It's their way or no way, or you're a failure. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter that how that's successful Destiny is. It doesn't matter that Destiny is more successful than him in the streaming sense. Solely because it's not what this dude Marquise, whatever his name is, it's not what he approves of. Throw it away. Spit on it. You know, it's idiotic.
you as a young white kid enrolled, did you have any kids or like, do you have any children you're providing for?
I have one, but not at the time. No.
I said at that time. Are you paying attention, my dear boy?
I'm paying attention, dog. This is super cringe. If you want me to say cringe, I'm like at least like 5 points. You're
Did you have any
so
children?
aggressive. I didn't have any children at the time. No.
Okay. So I'm just trying to establish who you are.
And
right?
it's coming off so effeminate. You know what I'm saying? Well, my dear boy, like what? Who talks like that? Can you be like? I know you got the jacket on, You got the pocket scar. You got your nails freshly trimmed and glossed. You got your forehead spit shine, and you know you gotta show them that you got your mic going, and you're always fixing it, and you know this is who you are. This is you know. You're the guy that went to Johns Hopkins or whatever prestigious schools. You went to Berkeley. It's like being smothered with your presence. Like he's like one of those dudes that they wear scented oils, and they just touch you. Their essence is on you for the next 3 years. It's unbearable. You can scrub it with degreaser. It's still going to be on your hand. They're insufferable.
You're trying to railroad a narrative of me to like
No.
poison the well in front of your audience.
Like I'm not. No. We're gonna get into it. We're just establishing who you are because
Okay.
the internet is filled with charlatans. You're one of them.
I am, yeah.
And yeah, you're absolutely one of them, and I want it to be clear, and that's why we're agreeing on the facts.
There's a reason why I've been here for 12 years and you're going to be gone in 2, but okay, Mr. Charlatan Exposer, go ahead, tell me.
Yeah. So your story is that you didn't have any kids.
Mm-hmm.
You were a young white kid in university, and you couldn't complete university because you were working a job. That's your story?
It. That's my story. Good job. Nice. You can read. I guess you learned that at Johns Hopkins, huh? Getting that master's degree?
Got you. I see. So I just want to, okay, so now we have that.
Mm-hmm.
You went to university and basically dropped out, and you have this long story about, I had to have a job.
It's not really a long story. It's like one sentence long. Maybe that's long for you. I don't know. Maybe you're not a great reader, I guess. I don't know. Maybe you need to go for the PhD instead, but it's not that long. It seemed like you read it pretty
And
quickly.
then in terms, I'm just going through your website real quick because I want to have some
That's
background.
cool. You can go through my Wikipedia as well. I have one of those, if that makes you more impressed, I looked for yours and I couldn't find one, so
Who you are. I can see that you're very proud of Internet Cloud. We're going to clarify all of that.
Well, I'm not just proud of Internet Cloud. I have a big bank account too. What do you want to compare? You can do whatever you want.
We can compare.
Go band for band.
You haven't done your research clearly. You see, you're one of those goofballs that you think the internet is everything. I'll give you a quick example.
You're reading from the internet. Oh.
With how I look at you.
Gotcha.
This is how I look at you.
Okay.
So I have a buddy of mine is Michael Bloomberg, right? I have more YouTube.
Glaze! Michael Bloomberg don't know you.
I'm sure you do, man.
Go name drop Michael Bloomberg.
Without you, so don't worry. I know what's up here. Okay.
Hold on one second. So I have more YouTube subscribers than Michael Bloomberg, right?
Mm-hmm.
But
Michael Bloomberg is not a
way more important than me in real life.
Mm-hmm.
And in real life, it turns out that that's the real measure.
Yeah, but Michael Bloomberg's not begging for my clout on his failed YouTube channel, so I think that's the difference between you and Bloomberg there. But go ahead.
Hold on one second, my dear.
Also, Michael Bloomberg also has a Wikipedia article, so technically,
We really should have. We really should have started tallying up all the different QC names. Bro started flinging from the beginning. He said, "My dear, my boy, sweetie, sweetheart." Like, it's not. It's weird. I'm not getting it. I'm not seeing the reasoning for it.
Than you do, but
Why are you so angry?
I'm not angry at all, dude. Why do you think I'm angry? Do you think if you just keep saying you're angry, you think you can empath that into my brain?
About people like you, it's the dishonesty that gets
tell me. I'm so dishonest. That's why my whole life story is on my website, my dude.
Hold on 1 second.
Tell me how dishonest I am. I got all the seconds in the world, my dude.
You take all the time to go through my clips. Before you played my clip on your channel, I'd never heard of you.
Bruv, I still haven't heard of you. I still have no idea who the f you are. The only reason I played anything of your channel is because a woman messaged me, I had a conversation with her, and then I watched her on your show.
Do you have to overtalk?
Oh, okay, go for it. If I have a chance to respond, go for it.
Yeah, absolutely you will. Absolutely. It's just that you just lied and you claimed that someone's using you for clout when last I checked, you made a live stream and you brought my clip on there. And then you did a second live stream and you watched my clip at length. So you brought me into the situation. I didn't bring you into the situation, so don't lie about that. Now the floor is yours to respond directly to you claiming I'm using you for clout when you brought me onto your stream twice by video and at length the second time. Feel
Now,
free to
if you
respond to that.
remember in the
Gotcha. So-
beginning of the stream, Marquez put out a live that was supposed to start for however at whatever time, right? And in that, he's saying he's willing to debate or speak to Destiny. When they start the live, he already has dirt on him and is reading it. What's the name already admitted? Yes, I watched one of your videos because one of my friends or a lady I know was on your video on your stream, and then when you responded, I watched the response. That's not really. It's not much else than that. You know what I'm saying? That's regular, degular YouTubing right there, brother.
People don't know who you are. By the time this conversation is over, I'm not going to know who you are because you are nobody. The only reason why your clip was on my stream is because a lovely young lady came and talked to me about some racial-related issues, and then somebody pointed out that she was also on your show, so I watched that show for her appearance on there. I don't know who you are. I know who she is. And I watched a couple segments from that, and that's the extent to how I'm familiar with your content.
Did you actually address the question? I see you're having trouble focusing.
So the thing that you said was, I actually wrote them down because I know people like you have trouble focusing. So you said you brought my clip and then I watched the live stream at length and I didn't bring you into the situation. I responded to all three of those points directly by saying that the only clips that I watched had the lady on my stream that was on your show, and that's the only reason I watched those clips. Is there some part of that that you didn't
So
understand?
the point was this. I'll help you out.
Moving the.
I don't need any help. I just need you to
made an
enunciate, like actually like
accusation.
verbalize your thoughts. Yeah, go for
You
it.
you completed your response.
Okay.
The point was this: that you made an accusation that I was pursuing you for clout. When the opposite is true, you brought me onto your stream 2 times, and the second time you played my clip at length, which is to say, when you bring up me in conversation, then you've now engaged interaction. So you're being dishonest to suggest that for some reason I came out of nowhere to try to utilize you for clout. Because truth be told, I clearly don't respect you, and there's no reason to respect you. We're going to go through all of the points as to why you deserve no respect.
Oh my God.
Okay?
This guy's
Okay, so
unacceptable.
the first time I watched it was because my friend was on your stream. The second time was because
Oh,
you were
your friend?
making a
You guys know
response.
each
Oh,
other.
excuse me, sir. Can I finish my response? The second time was because you were watching me, so I decided to watch and respond. And the third thing is that when you are so ass mad that after me responding to like 5 minutes of your content, you got to go live with a title like "Expose Destiny, the racist gamer and the live homophobia," it's pretty clear that you're clout sharking. But I enjoy it, so here we are.
Ah, I see. So why would I be chasing clout? Tell me more about that one.
You're looking for those YouTube subs.
YouTube subs. How does that make me money?
How does it make you money? I don't know. Everybody, it's
assuming
not
is that
usually
what-
about the money. Usually people want influence, and more subs is more viewers is more influence. There's a reason why you're probably not happy with the 10K viewers per video you get. It's my guess.
I see. So right now you're making a lot of assumptions, and they happen to all be wrong and have no foundation and evidence. You're guessing. It's a supposition. So we'll just skip that because it's irrelevant because it doesn't go anywhere.
Because it's true and everybody can see it, but that's fine. We can skip that.
Murray said, "What a scrub, dude didn't even go to Creighton." Artist said, "Roast this, peace to the saints."
Yeah.
Solon said, "Peace to the saints, the big homie's gonna give him the business. Hope people will learn from this. Now he has to give the clown the sledgehammer."
What the heck does peace to the saints mean? That don't make sense. Are these church folks? Because he did say he didn't want any cursing. But you talking too sweet. I mean, you talking too crazy not to be cursed out. That gives peace to the saints. That's a cult. That's a cult.
Hammer.
Peace to the saints.
Period.
And another thing I noticed about your personal life, and I think it's important to know who the speaker is. And I'm sharing this with you right now so that you can correct it if it's incorrect, because of course you know yourself. So in your personal life, my understanding is that you got married and then you got divorced. And you had a child with the first woman you got divorced from, and then you got with another woman. Like, would you break that all down for us real quick?
No, I don't really think I need to break down my personal life. I don't know how it's relevant to this
mad
conversation.
weird,
I'm
bro.
good on that.
I'll tell you why it is relevant. I'll
Okay,
tell you
tell
why
me.
it
Go
is
ahead.
Because when you're talking about, well, number one, when you're out in front as a leader, you should have merit and you should have traits that are admirable. That's number one. Especially when you're getting into politics, you're getting on the side of lobbying. Yes, for sure, it's important to know who you are. And that's why every time someone steps out front, they're stepping under a microscope. Now, in your case, you're an individual who's divorced. You're an individual who has a child that's being raised essentially not by you. And you're now in an open, what you call a marriage, but it's certainly not a marriage. That's an abuse of the term. And this is why we should give out civil unions to more people, especially those who have alternative practices. But you are in a situation where you've had a series of very unfortunate relationships. And this is important to know about you.
I want to know,
So
what
if
is bruh's voting history? Did you vote for Donald Trump with all his failures, with all of the marriages? Did you vote for Donald Trump when he cheated, even though he cheated on his wife while she was pregnant? Yeah, I want to know. I want to know how you ever feel. I don't know the words.
I am a leader, I will showcase the traits that I think are admirable. I think I've accomplished quite a bit in my life, given the background that I come from. I do not need to throw up every part of my personal life for random
Right.
clout sharks like you on a show. If you want to know more about my personal life, you're welcome to visit my YouTube channel, my Wikipedia,
None of this
or
is in
you can
good
come to
faith.
my stream and ask questions in my chat like every other subscriber does. And in terms of a series of unfortunate relationships, I'm pretty happy with how my life has turned out. I'm pretty happy where I'm at right now. I'm pretty happy with my current relationship.
Whoa. From what I understand, that didn't age too well. Yeah. So, Yo, how do I say this? Peace to the saint. Also, oh snap, we got people in here. Shout out to everybody that's here, all the viewers. But didn't go well for Destiny as of late with his relationships with women. But let's keep going.
Right now. So, but also again, to be clear, I don't feel the need to allow a stranger like you to go through my life with a fine-tooth comb. That's really weird.
Well, there's no need to curse. I don't know if you're getting angry about this, but your
Yo,
child, for
and
example, being-
here we go again with the police and the language. You've been dragging, bro, talking about how he's not worth respect, not how you don't respect him. And you know, you want to police his leg. You ain't been allowing him to get a full statement out without interjecting. It's hilarious. Let's
a
go.
better situation if they're being raised by their two biological parents. All the data indicates such, and these are the things that we're pointing out. It's indication of mistakes in your life. It's not that people don't make mistakes. It's just that if you're going to step out and be hypercritical of other people, then you probably want to kind of be a little bit more together. And
Do you think
wanna-
Do you think that you have to have a perfect life to be critical of other people?
I did not say that. I actually just said the opposite. I said that people make mistakes, but I said you should be a little more together if you were paying attention.
Okay, so I'm just curious. Are you ever going to answer a question I ask, or is it always the games with you?
What is your question?
So my question was, do you have to be a perfect person to be critical of other people?
I just stated, and I'll repeat it, and then I'll re-answer it again. So I'll answer it 3 times total. You said, do you have to be a
Oh, uh-oh.
Wi-Fi sucks. His Wi-Fi sucks. His Wi-Fi sucks. He's not that guy. He's not that guy. I promise you. He's not that guy. He's not that guy. He's not that guy. He got T-Mobile hotspot. He is not that guy. That man is up. He just went into the mountains. He. Oh man. Yo, you know T-Mobile be having them hard dead spots, man. Oh man, that is funny.
Just fine.
And part of me feels that this is really convenient because he was not losing that debate. I mean, he was not winning. He didn't. His point was not valid, And he knew he wasn't going to be able to. And I bet you when he comes back, he's not going to answer the question. He's not going to answer the question. He's not. That's so funny.
Oh, fuck. This is going to go like an Alex Stein tier conversation with this dude. I was hoping he would at least be able to do like a back and forth, but it's just like that. He's like a younger version of Jesse Lee Peterson, except he probably doesn't have like a stroke or two in his medical history to justify how absolutely brain that he is. Or incapable of engaging. Oh, how disappointing. But I guess there's a reason why, right? There's like a prerequisite like threshold for IQ that you can have in order to even be engaged in these communities, right? Like typically at like 105, most of them are going to bleed out by the time they're 22. Like there's no way that you stay in like a Mind Rock community this long. Although this guy's story is exceptional because if you watch the past videos, one point in his life he was like a pretty smart dude. That's like the thing that blows my mind the most. When you watch where he comes from, because I was expecting to dig into this dude's background, he's like total moron. But he's not. He's actually like pretty smart. Like I watched him talk to other people where he seems smart. He was in business, seems smart. I don't know if it's like a grift that he does on I don't know if it's a grift that he does.
It definitely is a grift.
On his show, just to like earn money from like random suckers on.
When you anytime a person poses a question and as you're answering it, they're interjecting, they're not trying to get that answer. They're not trying to get that answer. And then they're trying, if you remember, not only does he ask a question and as you answer it overtalk you, he's antagonizing you at the same time. Like, it's so emotional. A lot of men be like, oh, women are so emotional. Women are so emotional. A lot of men cannot have conversations without their feelings. A lot of men you can't say a truth to without their whole world shattering. And it's a lot of them out there. But let's keep going.
I hope that at least his audience can recognize it. Like, if somebody wants to have a talk with me, you can go on my YouTube channel. Like, I'll engage back and forth with anybody, and it's not going to be like a 15-minute conversation. Where like, well, didn't you go to school and drop out? Well, didn't you get divorced? Blah blah blah. Oh shit. Oh hey, you're back. What's up, brother? How you doing?
We certainly are not brothers. But please forgive me. I'm going to ask you a question before we.
Yeah, I'm just curious. Do you think you need to be perfect to criticize other people?
Well, firstly, I don't think criticizing other people. I think you're probably more rightly thinking individuals. In the case of your racism, you were criticizing your people, and we'll get to that later. But to be critical of individuals, I think that's really useless. To be critical of people's ideas and their life ways.
Let me. They're back to the conversation.
I think it's certainly appropriate that you be someone who is an example. And this is why we don't like to see hypocrisy in religious leaders, because we expect them at some level to walk a straight path. So the answer is that you are not ever going to be perfect, but you should be a better example. And in your case, having an ex-wife, being a divorcee, having a child that you're not raising in your home with that biological mother, and being in an open relationship, I think it's an abomination, not to mention your sexual practice.
Okay, so can you give me an example of one piece of advice I've given that you think is inappropriate for me to speak on? Just one piece of thing, something where I've said it and you're like,
I appreciate your question.
And I'm not.
Read this one.
I appreciate your question. I don't have an answer for it because what I said really was based off of how I feel about you being gay or what. I don't know if Destiny's gay, but it really has nothing to do with the truth. It's all projection, and I'm not going to answer your question. I promise you, he's not going to answer the question.
All the folks, your fans included, feel free to send in any questions because I do want them to be able to ask us questions and engage.
They can always super chat it to me. They don't have to ship you money, but I'm glad that you're really excited to get started.
Reezy, he writes, I got way more views than Destiny, and I can tell you. You don't need to be a stand-up guy to get viewers, clearly. But play to the popular narrative or make content that confirms people's biases. Oh, indeed. And the funny thing about you is like you're irrelevant in the real world, and for some reason being a video game player and having internet clout makes you think that you're...
He's irrelevant, but you invited him to be on your stream. I'm not saying Marquez isn't relevant, because I don't know him. There may be people that look up to him. I know he's not that guy because that Wi-Fi cheap. He ain't got that fiber. Actually, fiber ain't it either. It's not. Just had this junk installed. Got all these daggone extenders. I mean, it's not as bad as Infinity. And Infinity is trash.
The even more curious thing about you that I really find entertaining and quite petty is that
You're not going to answer my
Yeah,
question. He's actually not going to answer my question. He just skipped it
you
completely.
looking at me and seeing that you're inferior, you go to the one thing that you think
All
you
right,
have. which is your
I'll ask it
internet.
again, I guess.
So I think he was Googling directed by Jabrizi when that super chat was read. So on that one account, Jabrizi has 2.45 million subscribers, and he has other YouTube accounts. as
And he
well.
got a producer.
I did want to.
He got a producer.
You know, I'm going to ask you the same question again, like when you're done. I'm not going to engage with anything until you actually answer my question.
And this is how you gotta treat these clowns. Don't allow them to just steamroll you the entire time. Show that you have good faith and you were coming in to have an honest discussion. But don't just let them dictate everything. Yes, this is his stream, but I'm on here. And I have control over what I participate in. And if you ain't gonna answer my question, then I won't move forward. Just like that.
Well, we're here interviewing you. At the beginning, you said, "What would you like to do?" And I said, "We're going to start with an interview with you."
Okay, wait. So let me understand. I'll just ask
And
that.
then
So am
let's
I not allowed to ask any question or respond? Just tell me, and I can leave now.
You're already being dishonest because you already asked me a question and I answered it 3 times.
Okay. So then, can I ask? So then, when you're making assertions about my character, can I ask you a question?
Relax 1 second. It's
Well, no,
just
I'm
like
not. No, I'm not gonna be your dog, my dude.
You're having trouble on the hot seat right now. You're trying your best to change the narrative, and you're also
Okay.
lying.
Well, I hope that your fans can see that you are unwilling or unable to engage with a single question that I ask. And I guess the strategy is just the false bravado of an insecure little man that just screams at an opponent and tries to character assassinate until they, get them to leave the interview.
One thing about you that was a lie. We're talking.
Do you think that character assassination is only a lie? Is that the truth? Do you think that's true right there?
Why does the truth bother you?
I never
Why
said
does
the truth
about
bother
who
me.
you really are bother
I
you?
never said the truth bothered me at all.
Well, then why are you so amped up? If someone was asking me, Marquette.
My only question to you was: Is there a singular piece of advice that I've given that my life experience precludes me from speaking on? I just want to know. I'm just curious.
Why are you so bothered for people to know what you're about?
How can you say that I'm bothered for people to know about when you're reading this information off of my website that I?
It is all spin. This is the height of grifters. This dude is slick, like he is a snake. One question doesn't lead to it's a space mission to the next question. You know what I'm saying? Nothing is cohesive, nothing connects. It's just jumping from one tactic to the other to try to paint a negative narrative of the person that you're speaking to. This dude is a snake. He give him a spot on primetime Fox, because it's a spin cycle over there. Jesus Christ.
Chose to put on there. You say your world is kind of falling apart. If you want to know anything about me, it's on my Wikipedia, it's on my website, it's on my YouTube videos, my dude. The only reason you know anything about me is because I've chosen to put it out there. So I'll repeat again for the 6th time. I don't know how many times you got to do it for the Johns Hopkins kid, but why is it? What is a piece of advice that I've given that you think I can't give because of my life experience? Can you tell me
This
that?
one. Okay, here I got an answer. for that
Okay.
one.
Oh, cool. Thank you. It only took 6 times. Okay, go for it.
Here we go.
Yo, wait! If he plays a YouTube video, I swear to God, it's production that gave it to him. He didn't have an answer, so he had to wait. He stalled until production gave him this video. I want to know how big the team is, because it was the female that was talking. Is there another person that's searching YouTube? This is what I'm saying. That's the type of production I need. You know what I'm saying?
You said, what's a piece of advice that you shouldn't be giving, right? Based on your experience, and experience is kind of like what you do, right?
Mm-hmm.
So here's one. I want to make sure.
Oh, you're just gonna play a YouTube clip. Damn, you really can't engage at all.
No,
Holy
it's for
shit.
you. It's of you. So it's of you. So just check this out.
How disappointing. Yeah.
And this one points out a couple interesting things. And I just like to use primary sources here.
His values, consistency of values, has outright been caught out as a hypocrite by himself. He just did it on his own, all because of NFTs. Now, this was what every one of them. Jesus.
Wait, so this is some advice you're about to give.
Bro didn't even have the proper time.
Every single person
on the internet every single person on the internet, okay, that is pushing NFTs is just trying to find a bigger sucker. That's it. That's all it is. Every one of them. Basically, I consider it all
cryptos too, man. There's people that never stop talking about crypto.
I know, I wish there was like a big macro. There needs to be a macro accounting.
I hate
Because we all
this
grow up
sound.
making fun of certain people, and then we all grow and we do that behavior.
Okay, so now let me finish this point off.
Mhm.
So number one, you were just on camera stating that people should not get NFTs because it's a big scam. So Destiny just said NFTs are a scam. It's a Ponzi scheme. It's a pyramid scheme. We're trying to find a bigger sucker. It's a scam. NFTs are a scam. So that's what he said. Now look at the same guy, Destiny. Here we go. Let's hear what he says now when he can make a buck off of it.
Right? When I grew up, people made fun of motherfuckers that sold Avon, Mary Kay, Amway, but like, bro,
Onto his audience, because why not?
I think the idea behind this is you can basically buy and sell, or you can buy and sell like Twitch clips, and then you get an NFT that you can
NFTs,
autograph
okay.
by the streamer who the clip is of. Oh my god! Did you know that? And 10% of the revenue goes to the streamer. Okay?
10% of the revenue goes to the streamer.
There
They
are
buy their NFT.
legendary Twitch clips out there. Okay? Legendary Twitch clips out there.
And he just self-proclaimed that he has legendary Twitch clips. So now let me summarize my answer to your question.
Go for it.
Your question was, based on your experience, what should you not be able to give advice about? Based on your experience, we just observed you state out of your mouth that NFTs are a scam. Then we looked at a separate video clip where you realized that you could make money off of NFTs. So what did you do? You started scamming. And who just started scamming? Your own fan base. So clip one, you're saying NFTs are a scam. Clip two, you're selling NFTs. Based on your experience, being a person who says don't do it, but then you do it because you can make money, you're someone who has no integrity. Hence, you should not be a leader and not be giving advice because you're clearly a money-hungry scammer. Is that an answer to your question?
No, it really doesn't have anything to do with my life experience. But so let's talk about NFTs. Well, it doesn't. You said you were gonna use my life experience. Excuse me, I believe I'm allowed to answer. You said you were gonna use my life experience to invalidate advice that I was giving. That's not a life experience thing, but that's fine. Let's tangle with this. Let's deal with this. So let me ask you a question. Do you know what an NFT is? No. Hold on. You just want to know whole spiel. You're not gonna engage. He's actually not gonna critically engage at all. He's just gonna play. He's just gonna play a chipped clip, and then he's going to say that that's yeah. So in order to have a conversation with you, I need to make sure that you're intellectually equipped for it. So the first question is, I need to know.
He flipped it. He flipped it on him. He flipped it on him. We can't have a conversation unless we understand where the ground is. He used his own verbiage against him. Come on, let's.
NFT is. Do you know what an NFT is?
You peddling NFTs. Okay, so what's the difference?
I'm not peddling.
What's the difference between you encouraging your fans to send you money through the purchase of NFTs versus just how everybody else goes about NFTs? You're doing the ethical NFT.
If you want to sell an NFT to somebody and you advertise it as such, this is an NFT. If you want, in my case, it was a clippable stream moment with some varying levels of rarity, then you have the right to do that. Go for it. But if you're trying to sell somebody an NFT and say, like, bro, buy this NFT in like 2 months, you're gonna get rich. Okay, I'm selling this now for $10K. You can
So it's just it's just the lack of prosperity gospel attached to it.
You understand this is so. I'll go back to the.
It's the price point. And not only the price point, what is promised beyond the purchase. If you're not telling people they're going to get rich off of purchasing this specific thing, you can't necessarily say that that's a snake oil salesman or something like that. If they're like, it's just like selling, I can't think of anything on my desk that is as, useless as an NFT. I would never buy it. Would I sell one? Give me an opportunity to sling this. I definitely would sell one. But I'm not going to sell it for $10,000 and then tell you you're going to be able to make 10x that in, 6 months. that is where it becomes a grift. That is where you are now taking the people who subscribe to you and taking advantage of them. That just selling something that really, in the grand scheme of things, isn't valuable outside to anyone else outside of the person who actually purchased it, is not in itself a scam.
Beanie Baby example. Do you think there's a difference between selling somebody a Beanie Baby saying, "Hey, here you go, have fun"?
Ooh, he took it back,
versus
man.
selling somebody a Beanie Baby saying, "Hey, keep this. In like 5 years, it'll be worth 3x its value."
Princess Diana Beanie Baby, dude, it's gonna blow up. In fact, I think it did, but like
it did.
I'm gonna ask you the same question when you finish rambling. So go ahead.
I just think it's interesting. I don't know, man.
I'm gonna repeat the same question. So think about it. I know you're rambling right now to think. So go for it.
When you said before that it was a big scam and you were just looking for suckers to buy NFTs, like, you think that now you're justified in doing that because you're not telling them they can make money off of it.
First of all, I'm not directly selling them the NFTs. Secondly, I'm not flipping it onto them.
Third party that you're responsible for?
It's not like I hold the NFTs and I'm trying to unload it onto a bigger sucker. I'm
Right.
pretty sure the first party origination is the eternal site. The problem is I don't even think you know what NFTs are. So I'm going to ask you the question again. What is the difference between an NFT and a Beanie Baby? Or do you think there's a difference between selling somebody a Beanie Baby and saying, "Hey, here you go, collect it, maybe sell in the future," versus selling somebody a Beanie Baby and saying, "Hey, in like 5 years, this will be 3x its value"? Do you think there's a difference between that?
Well, I think one is when you tell someone that there's an ability for them to invest in something and then they do or do not make money on it, that could be a bad thing.
True,
Sure.
I agree. 1,000,000%. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
And I think that a lot of people that sell NFTs do exactly that. They say, "Bro, buy this shit, it's going to be worth more."
Okay, but so do you find the sale of NFTs at all ethical?
Yeah, sure. An NFT is a thing. You can buy and sell it if you want. Well, why do you think buying or selling an
There's
NFT?
moments-
Wait, hold on.
okay.
I need to hear you. I need to hear you explain this to me. Why do you think buying or selling an NFT is unethical?
Why do I think buying or selling an NFT is unethical?
Yeah.
Because it's not a real thing. It's like a scam product that.
How is it not a
God.
real thing? Can you explain on that? What do you mean it's not a real thing? You know that a CSGO skin is not a real thing. What do you mean by that?
Right, a CSGO.
That's just like saying paying for skins on Fortnite isn't. It's really not a real thing. You can't put those skins you buy on Fortnite on yourself in real life. And I explain to my little brother all the time. It's pointless to buy this, buddy. It serves no purpose. It's not real. You have it only on this game. You can't take that and transport that skin anywhere else. It's only valuable here. And you know, it's only valuable to the person who's purchasing it. It may not be valuable to you. I would never spend money on a blockchain. My understanding is it's just you buying a file that is on a publicly accessible blockchain. You know what I'm saying? To each his own. It's not for me, but that doesn't make it a scam. What does make it a scam is if you try to influence people to buy your NFTs with the promise of making a whole bunch of money. Let's keep going.
Thing I think you agree. Is
I hate that I'm here, freaking defending daggone Destiny. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't agree with him. But these people are stupid.
a gamble loot box though that you disagree with and you wouldn't take on sponsorship for, right?
Do you think there's a difference between CSGO? Do you think there's a difference between CSGO skin gambling versus like a CSGO skin?
I mean, it's the result of the other. So that's what I'm saying. Like,
No, well, hold on. I just also, by the way, for reference in my chat, I told you guys if anybody tried to bring this up, nobody even knows what the NFT is. This is why this is not the slam
you talking
dunk
about? You're
that
talking
people
about
think.
CS:GO. I'm talking about these-
Fuck all of you, okay? All of you dipshits in my fucking Reddit, okay? I know you're watching, and you're just like, Destiny, people are gonna bring up the NFT thing in the future, and it's gonna be the easiest dunk of the world. No, it's not, you morons. Nobody knows what the NFT is. You really think somebody's gonna be able to dunk on me on some shit where they don't even know what the fuck it is? Like, that is like the easiest landmine, like pitfalls in the entire world. You're gonna try to argue me about a technology you don't even know what it is? Are you serious? You're gonna try to quote mine me and you don't have any understanding of any of the topics? It's like, that's like the easiest debate shit in the world. Like, holy.
Let me answer that. You asked me a question.
Yeah,
I'm
go
going to
for it.
answer
Okay,
that.
let me hear it.
First off, you clearly have no sense of my background. I could tell when you started mentioning bank account number
He's
one.
not going to answer the
Then
question.
number two, what's my background?
He's not
I
answering.
invented
Did you
not
hear any
gonna
answer to
answer
that?
the
Did
question.
anybody
More
say
than one.
anything?
He has,
Don't talk.
that,
I'm
like I
talking.
said
Ask me a
earlier,
question.
like I said earlier, with these people, they can't help but to put themselves in the middle of what they're. You asked them, Destiny asked him a specific question. Instead of answering the question, he starts talking about himself and how he would pose the question. That's not what was asked. Oh.
You do the ramble thing before you get to the answer. Okay, go for it.
Now, I also hosted a conference. During my conferences, I teach people about entrepreneurship.
Ooh, big
Whatever.
mistake, but okay.
Moving
How to grow
edges.
100,000 sub YouTube channels?
Hold on a second.
Yeah. Or how to start failed startups like Fletch. How did that go?
You
Yeah.
keep interrupting. He's mad.
I'm not mad
You
at all,
asked me a
dude.
question, but you interrupt me. You're so
Okay.
angry. Calm down.
It's all right, man. I'm
Calm
sorry.
down. Just let me answer the question. You don't gotta get angry.
Yeah, it
You
takes
see
you
people
10
like
minutes
you
to
be
answer.
trying to cut me off so the truth doesn't get out. You just asked me, do I know about NFTs? Now close your lips so I can answer your question.
Okay, go.
Because you feel stupid right now because you didn't realize you're talking to a
Bro
technology.
just got
Okay, then let's see if we can
technology.
answer the question. I'm excited. Go ahead.
Bro just
Be
piped.
silent so I can answer your question.
Bro just pop. Yo, he goes. His emotional transitions are very effeminate. Bro goes from big and bad to calm down. You know. Let's be mature. Like settle down. It's not. You don't have to be so defensive. To now he trying to sun you. Yeah. Like ooh. Ooh.
And when it's your turn to talk, I will be silent out of respect.
Go for it.
Now,
You ain't been solid this whole time, brother, man. Stop
you clearly
it.
have no background. I'm helping you out with an answer. You asked, do I know what NFTs are? Not only do I know what NFTs are, is he playing music right now?
Oh, I'm just waiting for you. I was waiting for you to answer. You gonna say the answer?
Triggered. He's truly triggered.
Okay, no, that's cool. I'll chill. I'll wait. Go ahead.
You are?
I didn't know he could play.
Can't even
Hold
have a
up.
conversation. It's basically like
Hold on.
storming off. This is what happens on Maury when they say, you're not the father, and the chick just storm off. Wow. He's mad angry. He asked me a question, I didn't want to hear the answer.
Were you gonna tell me what an NFT is?
This guy's angry. Now listen,
Go ahead.
I had a conference here,
Oh, he's
and
not.
during the conference, we showed people exactly how to create NFTs from scratch. So I had my buddy. You don't have to
He's-
be disrespectful just because you're
tight.
angry about the fact that you were busted in a lie. Would you
He's
stop
tight.
playing music?
Were you gonna tell me what an NFT is?
Would you stop playing music and just
He's
simply answer
tight.
the
I would have
question?
never. I'd have been
And
talking
now you're trying to
just like
distract.
this.
is very
I didn't know he could play.
Oh, he's mad. He's mad. Does any of his followers want to get on and tell me how this is the rational great debater?
Do you have somebody Googling the answer? Is that what you're waiting for? So this is
This is the
okay.
great
So
debater.
for the
He's
people that
like,
don't know, right now what's happening is a
This is
stall
the great
tactic.
debater.
He probably
This is
has
the
a
guy
friend
that
who's
was
trying to
TV.
Google
He's
what
not
is an
playing
NFT
music to
so that
distract.
he can give
This
some
is
kind of answer
insane.
that sounds somewhat
He's
correct.
not
He doesn't
answering
know.
the
He has no
question.
idea
He's
what
not
an
gonna
NFT is.
answer the question.
This is what you are. You're pathetic.
He's
Long
tight.
story short, I hosted a conference.
He's still trying to tell the story instead of answer the question.
Command line, little buddy.
From command line.
Can you tell me how? I wonder how to create an NFT from the command line. Which command line?
Create NFTs from scratch. We also explain the business model behind NFTs, and then we also explain the scams going on with NFTs, which are what is perpetrated by you. The kind of people who say don't do it and then turn around and start selling them. You're the Kim Kardashian of that situation. You don't have the foggiest idea of what an NFT is or the underlying
I
technology.
think it just takes a
Yet you try
little
to make
bit
it
of
work
understanding the
on your
nuance
followers.
to see
And
the
you
difference.
are pathetic.
He's tight.
That was a whole bunch
He's
of words.
tight.
Okay, I'm curious. Does your audience realize that you don't know what an NFT is?
Do you realize that you literally said NFTs are a scam and then turned around and started selling NFTs? Can you explain how that makes sense?
I can't talk to you unless I know that you know what you're talking about. I don't know if you know what an NFT is.
Please stop it. You sound foolish. I'm
I'm the one that sounds foolish?
You're talking to a technologist saying that I don't know what
I'm
NFTs
talking
are.
to a scammer that pretends that he's an entrepreneur educator when the only money that you've made in your life is scamming other people that want to be startup business people.
Why we
Okay?
saw a clip of you saying NFTs are a scam, and then we saw a clip of you selling NFTs.
So I'm just letting you know, this conversation right now, it's not moving forward until either one, you hang up, or two, you tell me what an NFT is. I want you to tell me what an NFT is. I want you to tell me what an NFT is.
Oh,
He got him cornered. He got him cornered. And if if you're a man, the easiest thing he could have did at that moment was just say, "This is what an NFT is." I don't have I explained what my understanding of what a NFT is. It's just a file that's on a blockchain. It could be whatever picture, a video. You know what I'm saying? It's on a blockchain. It's like a PDF, in my understanding. If that's your understanding, there's no problem in just not having the full scope of it. But when you are so wrapped up in yourself, the reality of what you know, he's so wrapped in himself. There's nothing that he doesn't know, and if he doesn't know, he doesn't acknowledge it. Just like he's not acknowledging what an NFT is right now. It's the conversation can move forward. You know what I'm saying? He can still beat his chest. Just answer the question, brother. This makes no sense.
Clip of him saying NFTs are a scam, and then he starts selling NFTs.
Oh yeah.
Let's play it back.
We're just gonna play clips of me all night. This is like a greatest hits of the Destiny stream shit. Okay.
This was what he first initially said, and his take on NFTs about 5 days ago. Every single person on the internet, every single person on the internet, okay, that is pushing NFTs is trying to find a sucker.
Every single person on the internet pushing NFTs is trying to find a bigger sucker. Every single person. Then let's see who's pushing NFTs with a big smile on their face too, talking about that they can make money. Pay attention.
It's buy, sell, click on NFTs that you can buy. The streamer includes of, oh my god, you know, and 10% of revenue goes to the streamer. Okay.
Oh, he's selling NFTs. Now let's go to the racism.
Honestly, I love the tactic. I love it. Because you kind of take the power grab away from him. He's been disrespecting you the entire time. Yeah, you threw a little jab here and there. But really what's taking him out the game is to show true skill. He tried to dunk on him with you went to a third grade university and you didn't even finish it. But these hands still work. You know what I'm saying? We can still hit these scales, baby. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't, change the fact that I am a musician. I love it. I love seeing, not to say he was humble, because he's not. This isn't a humble guy. But the amount of light that was shining on his forehead, this guy isn't the truth arbiter that he's portraying himself to be. He's really a clown.
Wait a second, you're really not gonna tell me what you're not gonna tell me what an NFT is? You're gonna go through all of that? You're gonna tell me you make NFTs on the command line? You're not gonna answer a single question? You're really not.
Here's a racism clip right here.
Unbelievable.
It's funny when you see a racist.
Wait, did he mute me?
Pretend as though.
Oh shit, I think he muted me. Okay, I'm gonna mute him until he unmutes me. When he unmutes me, he can wave his hands or whatever, I guess. Because I'm not gonna play his shit for free on my stream, right? I charge people a lot of money to be on my stream if they want to. If they want free advertising. Just leave. His goal is to have a combo? Yeah, I know, I'm aware of that. Why didn't I know it was gonna be this bad? But holy shit.
I wonder how much, because I can't take much more of this. This is ridiculous. Let's just say that.
It's always as bad as losers like this. Not all of them. Even most Red will be like this time. To be fair, that's admitted it was a human. Well, no. In order to have the conversation with the guy, he has to know what an NFT is. If he doesn't know what an NFT is, there's no way that I can't even begin to have the conversation. And I don't think he knows. I don't think he's an idea. This dude's master's degree in teaching, by the way, in education. He says he's a master's, means he's a classroom assistant for a year. He wasn't writing a thesis or anything of that manner. Oh shit. No, you scared me? It seems like you are. Just keep me.
It's homophobia.
Oh, and now he's turning back to homophobia. Men that talk about homosexuality, it begs the question: are you a closeted homosexual? Are you projecting ill will when it's really your desire? You know what I'm saying? You can't live and let live.
Real thing?
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
Okay, real quick. Let's help you out real quick.
Yeah, help me, please.
So,
my technologist friend.
Yeah, right. So words have ideology, right? And this is clearly one such word, homophobia. Let's begin with the term homophobia. Phobia, the suffix phobia, is a type of anxiety or disorder, usually defined as a persistent fear of an object or situation. Do you think that most people are scared or in fear of homosexuals? Do you believe that?
Okay. when we talk about fear of homosexuals, can I ask you like a quick thing about that for the fear of homosexuals?
So you're answering a question with a question.
Well, yeah, but it's related to it. But it's related to that. Let me answer. I'm just curious. Can you tell me what an NFT is? Like, can you explain it?
This is very good. This is very good.
He's not gonna
I
answer.
want everyone to observe that.
They're observing right now. You're a technologist. Tell me, please.
He's trying.
Oh,
his
great
best.
technology.
Stage again.
If this was a conversation about
This is what I'm. This is the whole point of this video. These people are charlatans. Just because he's black doesn't mean that everything he says is right. Just because he went to Johns Hopkins does not mean everything that he says is right. Just because his nails got Max gloss on them does not mean everything that he says is right. There are a lot of scholars that are complete idiots. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of people who went to private universities that are there affirmative action, their parents went and they're legacy students. There's a plethora of reasons why people, or he could have went on his own merit. We don't know that, and I'm not trying to project anything on him. But what I am saying is, this guy is a charlatan. He's all anger, bravado, no substance, zero substance, zero. Why are you talking?
Oh shit! What's going on here?
Look at him! Look at him!
Talking to
Look at him!
technologist, entrepreneur.
Bro, doing
star,
squint eyes like he
the saint and the
beige. What are
sinner.
we doing?
Johns Hopkins graduation master student. Okay, talking to me, the lowly college dropout loser. What is he talking about when he references the command line? I don't know. PowerShell? It's just a spooky tech word that he thinks he can use to scare me off because he thinks that I know as little about technology as he does. I have no idea. This is a guy that, unironically, if you were to stick him in a Vim terminal, he'd never find his way out. He actually cannot close Vim. He couldn't do it. He'd be lost in there forever, guys.
why are you trying to distract? You asked me at the beginning, what's it about? I said we're gonna go through the
He's saying he's trying to distract, bro. You ain't answering the question.
And then we're gonna go through the live homophobia. Why can't you talk about that? Why are you trying to distract?
I just
Are you
wanted.
scared?
I wanted to talk about the NFT thing.
You're scared.
I'm
You're scared?
not scared. That's why I'm ready to go head on with any of these.
And I just want to say the funny thing about a guy like you
Tell me
is
what's
that
funny, yeah.
they all were saying that you were going to be great at debating.
Uh-huh.
They said that you're going to be great at debating, but really all you do is red herrings. You know that is,
Red
right?
herring? I don't know what that means. Is that like a
Yeah,
Native
yeah.
American insult or what?
When you run away from the actual topic at hand.
Well, we were talking about NFTs, and now you're
Very
running
sad.
away to the next.
Very
You want to
sad.
talk about dicks and shit again?
Very
You seem
sad.
gayer than I am. Oh,
See?
shit.
See? Bro, he's not that guy. He's not that sophisticated. It's all bravado. He's like the grade Z Andrew Tate. At least Andrew Tate, his grift is not as... It's like you can tell he's in on the joke himself. And he doesn't take himself too serious. This guy really thinks that he's like Andrew Tate does his stuff in shorts, no shirt. This dude got a whole suit jacket. He think he's Kevin Samuels, but he trying to be Kevin Samuels like politics. Like, you're not that dude, bruh. I'm gonna start wearing suits. I'm gonna take his. I'm gonna leech off him.
I clearly don't respect you, and there's no reason to
Oh
respect you. We're gonna go-
Lord.
Long story short, I hosted
Long story
a response.
On the right looked really bad.
I'm
scared?
not scared. That's why I'm ready to go head on with any of these.
And I just want to say the funny thing about a guy like you
Tell me
is
what's
that
funny, yeah.
they all were saying that you were going to be great at debating.
Uh-huh.
They said that you're going to be. You asked me a real question. I said, well, why is it that mostly when child molestation occurs, it's a gay guy doing it? And most of the heroes in the LGBTQ movement, for example, Harvey
Now,
Milk, who's like
see,
the Martin Luther King of the LGBT.
This is another thing that I have a problem with. I know way too many perverts that aren't homosexuals. So this constant portrayal of gay people as some predator, when really your predator is your uncle, or is more likely to be a uncle or a distant relative versus some random homosexual. And yes, there are times where, you know, people get exposed to things at an earlier time, and if it is, you know, enter within, you know, the same gender, it can spiral into other things. No denying that. But that isn't the total sum of the entire population of gay people. You know what I'm saying? Just like there are gay people who, like he just said, have inappropriate interactions with kids. They're heteronormative. Oh, see, I'm using their verbiage. They're straight guys that, and women too, that prey on children. That will, you know, be out here bumping. We ain't gonna go there, but it's not the total sum. So to paint broadly with such inaccurate fact, it's annoying and it's distasteful, and it shows you're not that guy, brother. Yet again, let's keep going.
LGBTQ, he's on record having had a pederasty relationship with a 16-year-old boy. So we see that these types are very much so always into this situation. And you can see government studies where it states that 73% of adult male homosexuals say that they've had intercourse with a minor as an adult, which is to say a boy. And so when you ask someone, I saw someone in the chat, they said, well, what's the danger of homosexuality? Well, the danger is that many of them are pedophiles, especially on the male side, and secondly, it's not even healthy. For example, studies also point out that males have incontinence in older age, which is to say they're crapping themselves because it's not healthy.
So we have Dono said, wow, shout out to the Saint, you're going in. Joe sent a few super chats, says, class done. Idris said, the Saint is the real deal. Charlie said, okay, we're gonna read this. You're sounding really insecure winning this debate. You're making us on the right look really bad.
Ooh, hold on. Let's go back. Somebody spoke some truth. We're gonna bring this to normal speed. That's not right. Hold on.
Oh no, the psyops.
Yeah, I'm not on the right.
Pete Crawley said, peace to the Saints, Destiny.
For example, Harvey Milk, who's like the Martin Luther King of the LGBTQ, he's on record having had a pederasty relationship with a 16-year-old boy. So we see that these types are very much so always into this situation. And you can see government studies where it states that 73% of adult male homosexuals say that they've had intercourse with a minor as an adult, which is to say a boy. And so when you ask someone, I saw someone in the chat, they said, well, what's the danger of homosexuality? Well, the danger is that many of them are pedophiles, especially on the male side. And secondly, it's not even healthy. For example, studies also point out that males have incontinence in older age, which is to say they're crapping.
He also got prostate cancer. Why are we not talking about that?
So we have Dono said, wow, shout out to the Saint, we going in. Joe sent a few super chats. It says, class has begun. Idris said, the Saint is the real deal. Charlie said, okay, we're going to read this. You're sounding really insecure avoiding this debate. You're making us on the right look really bad.
Oh no, the psyops.
Yeah, I'm not on the right.
Pete Crawley said,
oh, yeah, he ain't like that one. He had to read it because he paid for it. I'm not on the right. Yeah. Bro, let's stop. You out here parroting Republican talking points, repeating their case studies, trying to put it on the government. Nigga, please. We know Heritage Foundation information when I hear it. And you got it. You got your subscription. You got your talking points. Forehead.
Destiny will realize what real clout is at the end of this, hopefully.
Yeah, no, the thing is, like, he wants to distract, and I won't let him distract. Like, he asks, like, silly questions.
No, you want to distract from the fact that you aren't able to answer any questions. You have no substance. You are not knowledgeable on anything that you're talking about right now. You may have your area of expertise. It is not what we're speaking on right now.
What's an NFT? Like, that's just silly. Like, it's completely
Is
irrelevant to the conversation. And this is a debate
You
tactic.
brought up
Like,
him
you
not.
put someone's feet on fire.
You brought up him, quote unquote, saying that NFTs are a scam and then selling NFTs. But then in that conversation, he asked you, what is an NFT? You chose not to answer that question. You obfuscate. You said you would answer after reading the super chats, but you never did. You got dirt on you, doggy. We got dirt. You not that nigga. You are not. You are a fraud. Let's go.
You're gonna try to go away from that and go to something irrelevant, and I'm not gonna let it happen. Absolutely not.
Okay, on Cash App, we have Adam said peace to the saints. Gage said peace to the saints tuition.
Peace to the saints.
Jamal said for doing the Lord's work.
In a real
Justin
way.
said Warrior King activated, peace to the saints.
In a real
Alar
way.
said tuition, you're changing people's lives for the better. Jay Gustavo said
It is I told you.
Right.
I
and
told you there was a third person. This goofball got a whole production team and still can't answer what an NFT is. I told you they got the one that's doing the super chats, and then they got the producer that's doing all the research. That's why they didn't. I want to know what. Let me not say, because sometimes that dyslexia be just woo for myself. So he probably didn't want to have to read whatever because they probably couldn't find a good video. You know what I'm saying?
Two is you have to ask yourself, what kind of guy who gets into a debate starts playing instruments while the debate is going just to distract and create chaos? It's a clear indication that they're trying to use strategies to gaslight or to inflame rather than engaging intellectually. When someone lacks the ability to engage intellectually, they have strategies. Like, this is not an NFT debate, so it's like, why keep asking? That's just silliness. It's theater. It's clear theater. It has nothing to do with the current topic.
Okay, we have Justin Time said
You're not gonna unmute me?
he said his name can't super chat. We'll look into that. Xavier said killing him. Peace to the saints. Colton said these racist skittle guzzling nerds are getting out of hand.
Indeed.
Michael said, could I post some of your clips?
Yeah, absolutely.
And to the followers, please send some on Cash App and PayPal so I can actually see them. We have Anthony said peace
Yo,
to the
he
saints. I
is-
recently bagged this white girl.
He hates
I
that
prayed
this
first
white
night and
dude-
again after that.
Yo.
She comes from a wealthy family. I built up some rapport. I'm not sure how to go about getting funds from her. Any tips?
Number one, you want to make sure that, obviously there's a saintly thing to do and there's the sinner thing. You asked me how to do the wrong thing. I'm going to tell you the right way to do the wrong thing. So number one is you want to build rapport, obviously. Once you know that she's into you, then you set your standard and let her know nothing else will do. So the fact is, she's going to give it to you if you demonstrate that there's need and you demonstrate that that's the standard expectation.
Wait. This is one of those date gurus? He's one of those date gurus? So is he married? Oh my gosh. Yo, you don't learn how to date women by listening to men. You learn how to date women by being around women. And when you're around them, you gotta listen. Now, when I say listen, I don't mean listen just solely to what they say, because what they say may not lead you to the end. You gotta have a little bit of discernment with it. I didn't realize bro was actually one of those dating coaches. That's funny. That's so funny. So I wonder if that conference that he did, is it one of those dating, type Johns, like men empowerment type, is he one of those dudes that think that black male masculinity is under attack and all this different stuff, which would make sense why he's so homophobic. From he's such an extreme of it. You know what I'm saying? Trying to do it under the guise of Christianity. You know, bro don't know nothing about Jesus' love, but wants to cloak himself in it.
For her, and she has it to give. Good luck with that.
Okay, Jordan said, peace
Seems
to
weird,
the
my
saints. Thank you for showing how to be a real leader.
Yeah, this
How
guy's
do
sweet. I mean,
the
this is
Glaze,
like a grown
man.
starts playing instruments while you're having a conversation.
Okay,
Dude, it's so
Zachary said,
fucking.
It wasn't a conversation. It was a steamroll. You would never answer. A conversation is give and take. Blah, 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 blah. It can't be just droop, 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 and you can't receive. That's not a conversation. That's you steamrolling. But, to these alpha dudes that create their own world, they end up just like this, being ignored. If there's only room for how you feel, I'm not supposed to be there. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like that.
Fucking trigger right
being
now.
a leader, sir.
Absolutely.
Put him to rest.
Absolutely.
Joshua from the
I'm gonna get a
conference.
T-shirt that says "What is an NFT?" As soon as I
And
when
he still has yet to answer the question.
the police pull me over, you've been speeding. What is an NFT?
That's what the whole chat says. Like, they
That's
think it's
silly.
funny.
It is funny.
Joshua said $50. He said,
No, they don't think that's funny.
Shut up.
They're asking you what an NFT is. That's a genuine question. That's not just them being funny. Like, they want to know if you know what an NFT is, brother man.
Color alert.
Jelani
It's
said,
always spin with these people. Red pills are nothing without their spin. If they had to deal with the question straightforward, they have no substance. It's all spin. It's spin. Ugh.
said peace to the saints tuition.
Oh yeah, and by the way, Josh was actually at the conference where we created
Yeah.
NFTs.
Jordan said
They
the
created
mic
NFTs
is
at the
muted,
conference.
so the mic can hear the audio.
Oh, dude, somebody's got to
Hang on.
somebody's got to link me a fucking video of this
Hey,
dude's conference, please.
Milken said, find it turbo weird him playing piano and not debating.
Yeah, I mean, he can't win. That's the problem, is that he's not able to win. So he's talking about irrelevant things. Now, here's the thing. I clearly showed 2 videos where he's a fraud. He says, don't buy it. It's a fraud. Then he starts selling it. So he is a fraud. Then what does he do? He starts distracting rather than explaining. How do you flip-flop from saying this is bad and then trying to make money off of it? And then he just starts with the nonsense. Games.
Okay,
Games.
Jalen said peace to the saints. Business with a
Malpractice.
headache.
Are you really going to engage in an international bad nonsense? Games.
Hey,
Are you one of
Jalen said,
Destiny's
peace to the
acolytes?
saints, business with a headache.
Are you really going to engage in international bad? Do you have can you pop in some headphones? I'll pop you back. I'll bring you back on when you hear. Okay, this guy's name is Destiny Fan 1, so that's good. So we know where he stands. Hey there, you have something you'd like to bring up?
One second, hold on. I need to connect my AirPods so we don't have the same issue.
Telling me to hold on, man.
Audio.
Hey there, you have something you want to bring up on Destiny's behalf since he's not able to represent himself?
Oh, yeah. Well, we were talking about like homophobia and things like that, right?
Yeah, we're talking about the language of homophobia. Yes, it's a
The
misnomer.
language. He has to put that
Well, I feel like it's not the actual. Because, okay, so like I'm claustrophobic, right? So,
You've been
like,
diagnosed, or you feel like you are claustrophobic?
I didn't really feel a need to get a definition because of how severe it is.
Okay,
But
all right.
but I'm not like afraid of it. It just makes me uncomfortable, and I tend to not put myself in the situations, or I try to dodge it.
Oh, dude, if this is an extended troll.
You realize that a phobia is like a mental illness or a
Oh,
disorder.
dude, if
and
this is.
these
Oh
kinds
my
of
god,
disorders-
no way.
Yeah,
Is he
yeah,
gonna
yeah,
do
yeah.
it? No shot. He's not gonna do
Well,
it.
there's no medicine for like to help with that.
He's not gonna do
There's
it.
no medicine for arachnophobia either, right? The fear of spiders.
No
but the
shot.
point is that it's something that is diagnosable and it's a real disorder. And there's actually a book with all of the known mental ailments, and experts have put this book together, and they'll
Claustrophobia
remove
is
things
one of
out of the
those.
book when they've done a scientific paper that's peer reviewed and
but
researches
there's-
this. Like
there's
things
like-
go into the book and things come out of the book.
He's not gonna
based
allow
on
him
the
to get
experts
anything
agreeing
else
that it's
in.
a real thing.
He
So the
made too
term
big of a-
phobia is a medical diagnosis. It's
You
not.
see how he's railroading the conversation. He didn't allow him to finish his statement. He just started interjecting. And once he tried to finish his point, that's when bro started raising his voice a little bit, talking even faster, forcing, well, clearly bro stopped talking. I mean, it could be respecting, whatever. He's not trying to let the conversation actually be. You know what I'm saying? It's all a grift. This guy's a clown.
Not a colloquialism. So what I'm saying is that
Oh,
this
come
has
on,
been
brother Destiny fans.
politicized.
You can do
and it's
this.
a misnomer that's used strategically for the advancement of the leftist agenda. Do you understand?
Yeah, no, that's a fair assessment. But
Yeah,
I just
it's like an abuse of language. I'm saying that the left often uses language to take their
Where's the
advantage.
link? Oh,
For
here.
example, they have
I feel like it's
using
gonna
the
crash
term
or let all the
partner
guys
to
in,
remove
but
gender from relationships, which is fine if you're an LGBTQ person, but if you're a heterosexual person and 97% of human beings are practicing heterosexuality, then that's not something that we need to have force on us.
Yeah. So I mean, but there's fears. There's like a phobia for basically everything. So there's like a phobia.
No, there's not a phobia for everything.
There's like a phobia for like
Actual
explanations. There's like phobia for like explanations. So people will try to dodge explanations. Kind of like you tried to dodge the NFT thing earlier.
No, was that the actual point, or was the point of like where you scared?
He got him.
Was the point
He
of-
got him.
So
He got
The
him.
point was is
No, yeah, the point is
He's not gonna let him finish the point.
he really wanted to catch you in a lie. So you tried skipping it and trying to get up to the next one.
That's the problem, is that I asked him if he was
Because
scamming.
you still haven't answered yet.
One
You
second,
still
man.
haven't answered yet.
One second, man. I asked him if he was scamming, and to avoid saying yes, Marquette, I said don't do it. It's bad, and then I turned around and tried to sell them.
Oh, you know
Instead
this
of
guy?
having to admit that, he starts going down the path of what is an NFT, which is going to get me to talk. No, we're not going to do that game. We're going to have you answer the question.
He kicked him off.
There we go.
Patrick, how are you?
Patrick, hey, how are you?
What up,
Hello.
Patrick?
Yeah, just sort of piggybacking off of the sort of homophobia discussion that you're having. Would you say that it's sort of like an ideology instead of like an actual real thing?
The word itself constitutes an ideology, or those who use it?
Yeah, those who use it, they're sort of like trying to indoctrinate people into an ideology.
So I think it's the most people who are using the word are just the followers.
Mm-hmm.
There were people who are a lot more intelligent than the followers who created a discourse, which was they've constructed language to push forward a given agenda. So they strategically define the word, and now everyday folks are using it. For example, I know Christians and Muslims who instead of saying husband and wife, they say partner. The word partner has been a creation of that, LGBT group, which is very clever. Now some of the best
Oh no, load it up, guys.
in the world.
Load up. Dude, I want to make NFTs out of this fucking YouTube channel. I want to sell it for $5,000.
Yeah, they created it, and everyone else is just following it.
Yeah, and
It's been pushed out.
it's something that I've sort of noticed. It almost feels like a sort of like pyramid scheme where like, for example, I got into Destiny because I had a really big fan of his as a friend, and so he sort of introduced me to his ideology and all of that, and part of that was the homophobia and trying to indoctrinate me into it. And one way that he did it was like really subtle, but I didn't really think about it, is do you know what boba tea is by chance?
Yeah, I think it's a T that has a large straw and like balls at the bottom.
Yeah, balls at the bottom, exactly. And so he was, in my mind, he was kind of trying to almost like turn me into like a sort of like, not to get into sort of red pill talking points, but like almost like a beta, where he was like giving me tons of sugar, because that's basically all boba tea is. It's just sugar.
I thought it was
like
tapioca.
balls at the bottom. And after thinking about it, I realized that he was trying to indoctrinate me into like the sort of like pro idea of homophobia as like an ideology, instead of like trying to be like an actual friend and look out for me. And so I told him like enough tea, like NFT, like what NFT?
Oh! And he jumped! I did not see that coming. That's hilarious. That's so funny. He's so tight. He's so tight. That's the cool. Look at his face. Look at his face, bro. He is sick. He's so sick. Yo. Hold on. Where is it? No. Where is it? Yo, look at his face, bro. Is there a way I could? Hold on. Yo, he is sick. That boy mad. Hold on. Look at him. Look at him. Bro is tight. Bro is tight. You hear me? He is sick. Look at that man's face, bro. He is so upset. He spent all that time letting bro talk, and he thought he was making like a quote, and like he's like, yeah, this guy really gets it. He really, really gets it. He really, look at him. He's so dejected. Like, look, hold on. Look at him. He's tight.
Oh, hey.
Talk to me.
Yeah. I just wanted to say thank you for a lot of the work you do actually on here, because I used to be a Destiny fan, but I learned that it was actually kind of silly because that's actually a girl's name. So I don't like, it's super feminine of him to like do that type of stuff online. Okay. And I really think a lot of the indoctrination that he does online is just really pathetic. I think it's really ridiculous. And he actually also doesn't know what an NFT is. So I was wondering if you could explain it to me.
Huh? Oh, wow. Yo, that was creative. I like that one. That one, because it was quick, directly to the point. But it was these kids would be great lawyers if they wanted to. I couldn't have thought of a way like that to get my point across like so cleverly. Oh man, these kids. I wish I was like I grew up with YouTube. I didn't. YouTube wasn't around till when did Janet Jackson happen? I was born in '94. That's why it's called Unk TV. The young nigga keep calling me Unk. You know what I'm saying? My first stream, one kid was on here. It was on Twitch, and Nick he kept calling me Unk. Unk TV. That's what we are right now. You know what I'm saying? Oh man.
Oh, hey, Mark. All right, so I got the command prompt open. What command do I have to put into it?
From command? Come on! You was training people from command?
Solana. Do you know how to generate Solana?
Solana? No. What command do I?
Oh, silly buddy.
See, isn't Solana like a wallet?
We got a black one. This is good.
A black one? What?
We got her colored.
I don't know. I mean, did you see the Justin Lee Peterson interview? You had to be asked a lot if he liked black. So I'm sorry. I'm really starting to doubt if he does. No, seriously. I've been watching him for a very long time, and I've followed a lot of things from his life, and now I'm actually really starting to doubt everything. So I don't know. But you mentioned Solana, right? That you can generate.
Generate Solana wallet.
See, that's it. Look at.
Oh, hello. Sorry, am I on?
You're on.
Oh, awesome. Hey, sorry, I have like no time for all these people who are like just trolling me and shit. I wanted to ask you because I actually I went to Berkeley.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, just to be clear, you're talking about like UC Berkeley, not like Berkeley College of Music, right? Because that's.
Unfortunately, I don't have any musical talent.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, because I mean, music school, like really. I think like one thing I was kind of interested in because I did economics. I'm not sure what your education is. I don't really know that much about you, so I'm just curious.
Mm-hmm.
What did you study? I'm just curious.
I thought you had. Your question is what did I study?
He got a master of arts in like secondary education, by the way.
I mean, Berkeley's a really good school. So
I studied political science, which is honestly at Berkeley is the Berkeley School of Marx. It's not a degree that's of great use, and if I were to do it over again with guidance, I probably wouldn't study political science. I didn't find that it was very useful.
Did you ever do any like minors or anything like that?
No minors.
Minors?
No minors.
What about mining?
So for me, I actually had to drop my minor in like computer science. I had a lot of friends who were in blockchain at Berkeley, and
why you didn't even give it any chance?
Yeah, you got a quicker question.
Oh, okay, yeah. So you were talking about like homophobia, right? Before?
Yeah.
What is this camera angle?
Okay, so you were talking about how it's part of like the liberal agenda, right?
Correct.
Hello?
Yeah. This is a
like it's part of the liberal agenda, right?
Yeah.
I think actually, like even the way it's spelled, like there's the letter M, and after the letter M, the letter N. So do you know what an NFT is?
I could watch this. I could watch this all day. I could watch it all day because if he if he was really about it, it would be nothing just to explain what an NFT is. If you know what it is and you're speaking, the only reason why NFTs is a part of this discussion is because you brought it up as a gotcha against Destiny. You can't answer it, so you can't be mad. I want to know how do I get tapped in? How do I build me a code where I can have folks sending me money while I'm so glaringly failing at the job that I came here to do? Like, where are those simps? I need that type of money right now. You know what I'm saying? This is hilarious.
The kind of folks that follow him they're gamers. I mean, they're gamers. They play video games.
What's wrong with that?
It's generally something that indicates you have a tremendous amount of free time.
Your followers are people that need help with how to interact with women. What are we talking about, goof?
Lack of meaning in your life, probably lack of relationships as well. This is what they do. This is what they do. They got hella time. And it's silliness. And the worst part about it is that they tried to push out their guy as like being intelligent. We've seen that that's not the case. And we've seen that there's a lack of integrity there. And the sad thing about the fan concept is that based on being a fanatic, like you just won't, nothing will reach you. Nothing will reach you. And I don't expect it to.
All right, I don't know if we can do too much more of this guy. He's really insufferable. Hold on, is there one more? Is there more? Hold on. Let's see. Let's go to this part right here.
Conversation just purely out of, respect for your debating skill. Yeah. So, okay. He says, do you mean the rate of entropy? And for those who physics equate.
Yeah. All right.
Space began. So
it looks like this is going to be an end of that video. I'm not going further into that. We haven't met our goal yet, but that don't mean it's not over yet. The next video that we're going to do is going to be on whatever I see that I want to do, because when I do, let me stop. Let me set this up correctly. Correctly. All right. So this next one, this next one is gonna be a fun one. We're gonna talk to Patrick Bet David. Roland Martin tuned Patrick Bet David up real good, and it's only right that we give Mr. Roland Martin his kudos for the doll walking that he performed. Let's see.
relationships that contradict the wisdom of God. Ultimately, it's all about God's wisdom and
Ooh. Well, I guess that's Destiny's the rest of his stream. We're not gonna go into that. We're not gonna touch religion. I don't do that. I love my mama too much. Let's see.
Black conservatives are.
We already did that last week.
If you care about the community, why not stay there and.
Boom. There, very few people rub me. Like, there's certain people that like. They kind of like when you hear their voice, it's like a chafing sensation. And Patrick Bet-David is definitely one of those individuals. A complete charlatan. Made his money off of the insurance industry, which is one of the
If you care about the community, why not
biggest,
stay there and change?
most corrupt
First of all,
entities.
does anybody else
full
move?
stop.
What do you mean?
You know what I'm saying?
Who the hell else don't move? How do you think suburbs were created?
But wait a minute.
What do you mean? How do you think white flight was created?
But
so everybody else get to move, but we can't move.
But if you act like you care about the community as
No,
much
guess
as
what?
you stay
But
there.
no, but hold on, no, but I'll answer your question.
Ooh. All right, here we go. Let's make this correct. Can you stand the rain? Yeah. All right. So this second video is Roland Martin giving Patrick Bet-David a spanking. And again, you'll find a theme of what the things that I have to say. And the theme is these folks don't know what they're talking about. They're just opining for their the people they believe are they're in the same, boat with, and that's the uber wealthy. You know what I'm saying? That it's literally it. Let's get to going with this one. And we'll restart. There we go.
First of all, does anybody else move?
What do you mean?
Who the hell else don't move? Well, how do you think suburbs were created?
But wait a minute.
What do you mean? How do you think white flight was created?
But
so everybody else get to move, but we can't move.
But if you act like you care about the community as much
guess
as
what?
you stay
But
there.
but hold on, but I'll answer your question.
Oh, act like is wild too. It's funny. Anytime black people get the nerve to do anything, automatically their intentions are always questioned. You say you care about your community, why not stay there? White flight, you know what I'm saying? Whatever.
Why? Because when African Americans were living in black neighborhoods, they also had economically depressed housing values, and the reality is they were not able to
change it. Help change it.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just that simple. It's never, the facts don't matter. Just change it, right? That's how everything works. Corporations, they don't get subsidies or anything like that, help out from the government. They're just able to will it to change, right? They don't have lobbyists fighting for and advocating for policies that benefit them. They just pull themselves up out of bootstraps. Remember? Come on.
I am.
Okay,
I'll give you an idea. Are you familiar with Palmdale?
I'm gonna need you to be drug tested. Seriously.
In today's video, Roland Martin absolutely goes off on Patrick Bet-David in a heated debate about discrimination.
Yeah.
Do you even know today? We've done the stories in Florida. When somebody's black selling their house, the appraisers will come in and literally give them a value $100,000 to $300,000 less because they're black. You know that's actually happened, right?
You'll take one story and say that.
Oh my God!
On how many occasions has that?
And this is something that is also very prevalent in Republican immigrants. Anytime black people say anything, they're hyper focusing on a minute problem. When really this is a problem for the affluent black that is able to purchase a home and then upgrade it and then try to sell it. Just because you're saying it's a small portion of people doesn't mean that it doesn't dilute the truth of what is being said. I'm over here, I'm practicing being mature about things. I don't need to yell. You know what I'm saying? And then he's not here. He's not going to hear me yelling. So let's go.
That happened.
Are you serious?
Do you think a message like...
Okay, why don't you go ahead and Google...
A message. Forgo the truth. Just focus on the message.
Why don't you go ahead and Google...
How many times has that happened? I believe it's happened, but how many times has that happened?
The New York Times literally just did a story talking about the systemic racism that exists within housing appraisals. This is a fundamental problem. I'm trying to see, you're living in a different reality.
What progress are you making by saying that?
What progress?
So what you're...
I'm trying to end that. Do you know how inherent... Okay, hold on. You said you're Middle Eastern, right?
You're trying to...
Hold on. You said you're Middle Eastern, right?
I am, yes.
How would you feel? How would you feel?
Yes.
If you're selling your home, you got a home that you know.
Right.
And you put upgrades in it, and you know your home is worth $500,000. And somebody comes into your home, and they see your photos,
right?
And they see your family, and then they go back and they go $350,000. You go, what the hell?
So you
wait, one second.
They don't want you to make a cogent point. They have to interfere when the picture is being painted too clear. They can't allow a clear picture to be created or displayed because it undercuts their narrative. If you pay attention to this guy, everything that he says is, oh, anybody can be rich. It's impossible for everybody to be rich, though. That's just the truth. And you're not a failure because you're not rich. The game is stacked against you, baby. And a lot of times, for minorities, it's double stacked. It's not just you're poor. You got that brown in you, and folks love to devalue the brown. They love black culture in movies.
Out of 1,000 appraisals, how many times has that happened?
And it's not just out of 1,000. It's out of 1,000 black. You know, that's the point that Roland is making. Out of 1,000 black, this happens this amount of time.
Pull the data up. You want to pull that up?
Bring the data.
You want him to pull that up?
I wish Roland would have had that daggone iPad that he be having on his show. I think a lot of when we go to places like this, we need to have producers come with us. You know what I'm saying? We need to have somebody who's going and be able to airdrop whatever information is needed to project out, because they get away with lying to their followers because of it's not readily available to them. Now, am I saying that if Roland came prepared with all these sources that folks would have, had a change of heart or whatever? Not at all. I'm not saying that. I'm not a fool. But what I am saying is it's one less thing that can be, it's kind of disarming them when you are prepared, like I'm saying.
1,000 appraisals, how many times does that happen? Let's just say it happens.
It is a significant issue in America.
Oh my God!
And wait one second. And then when the woman, a black person should not have to remove their photos from the wall and remove black art and remove black books to have a white appraiser then come in and go, oh, it's actually 550. One second, because I'm gonna show you how it impacts generationally.
Here we go.
So when you follow me here, because this is how housing
I'm with
America.
He's not
when
listening.
You then
He's not with
get
you.
that lower appraisal. You then
Right.
cannot sell your house for the higher value,
Okay.
which then means you are not then taking those proceeds and being able to invest, being able to send your kids to school. And what I'm trying to explain to you is there is a world out here that for some reason you're like living in Unity world that ain't the real America.
Right.
And I'm trying to get rid of that stuff.
You have the wrong guy here.
Yeah, they use that brown skin as like a battle ram against minorities who speak truth to power and acknowledge that there are obstacles that happen when when selling your house. Black people are presented with this. Now, I live in Georgia, where a large portion of realtors are black. So is that something that is seen in Georgia? Not as heavy as it may be in in North Dakota, right? Where do the Mormons live? Where culturally these pictures aren't as aesthetically pleasing. So for whatever reason, these appraisers will undervalue the home because they don't appreciate the culture that they see. It's just that simple.
And B, he's absolutely right. The numbers show that homes in black neighborhoods are appraised 23% lower than those in white neighborhoods, which adds up to around $156 billion in equity. Patrick Bet David brushing this off like it's not a big deal doesn't hold up against the facts Ronald Morton's throwing down. This issue is real and it's hitting families where it hurts the most.
You have the
I'm trying to get rid of it.
Okay, good for you. I am as well. We have the wrong guy.
How you trying to get rid of something you don't even acknowledge exists? It's all lip service. He is a shit. He's a propagandist. He is the puppet of the elite. You know what I'm saying? The only reason why this dude is even relevant is because he had that Kobe interview. Without that interview, without him paying all that money to Kobe to get him to come and be in, I believe they went and interviewed him. They paid all that. Without that investment, he would not be where he is right now. Interviewing Kobe made this guy. He knows nothing.
Here's what I mean by that. So when you ask the question, what do you do if they appraise your house $350,000 less, right? That's your question. Okay. I don't see myself as a victim. I stopped looking myself as a victim a long time ago. And by the way,
what does that have to do with an outside entity improperly appraising your home? This is why I say, I don't even know what is he meant red pill? No, he's a part of that quote unquote independent media when really it's just corporate shills. I'm not a victim. Who said there was someone who was done wrong, but no one's calling them a victim. It's just a and then now you're either going to ignore the whole victim branding of acknowledging reality, or you're gonna go down that wormhole, and now you're explaining, you're responding to a dumb statement, really, a stupid sandwich. You'll be eating it, really. Now you're consuming a stupid sandwich because you're having a conversation with somebody who really is inept in resorts to emotional, sight words like I'm not a victim. What does that have to do with anything? Like, come on.
Being Armenian and Assyrian, you know what a lot of people in the Armenian community do? You know what a lot of people in the Armenian community do? They sell victimhood mentality. I'm raised with that, which is the statement of mechka. I know you don't know what the word mechka means. Mechka means Oh, poor Roland. Oh, poor PBD. I don't see myself as a victim.
That's not the definition. That's how you feel about it. What is the definition? What's the definition of the Arabic word Mecca? Hold on. We're going. No, that's not it. It's hot in here, man. Need to turn my fan on. But hold on, we're gonna have to.
A particular interest or community.
Let's bring this down a little bit.
And the other part is when you use one story as an example to divide and get people even angrier because out of 1,000 appraisals this happened one time and get people even angrier.
I hate that.
Oh, poor Roland. Oh, poor PBD. Statement of Mecca. I know you don't know what the word Mecca means. Mecca means, oh, poor Roland. Oh, poor PBD. I don't see myself as a victim. And the other
Mecca
part
is a
is when you use
fascinating
one
word with a
story
rich
as an
history
example
and multiple
to
meanings. Here's a
divide
breakdown
and
of
get
its
people
key
even
aspects. 1. Mecca as a city, the holy city of Islam. Mecca, located in modern-day Saudi Arabia, is the most sacred city in Islam. It's the birthplace of the Prophet Muhammad and the site of the annual Hajj pilgrimage, one of the 5 pillars of Islam, the Kaaba. At the heart of Mecca lies the Kaaba, a cube-shaped structure draped in black cloth. It's believed to have been built by Abraham and is the focal point of Muslim prayer, a place of pilgrimage. Mecca draws millions of Muslims from around the world each year who come to perform the Hajj, a city of significance. Mecca's significance goes beyond its religious importance. It has played a major role in the history and culture of the Middle East. 2. Mecca as a concept, a center of attraction. The word Mecca is also used figuratively to describe any place that attracts a large number of people for a specific purpose, a hub for enthusiasts. For example, a city might be called a Mecca for shoppers.
I don't think I'm getting the proper translation. Mecca. I tried to do the it didn't work. But let's move on.
Even angrier because out of 1,000 appraisals this happened one time. I don't think you're
it's the constant minimalization of it. If you want to skew the numbers because black people are only 14% of the time, and compared to whites, it only happens every 1%. If you, it's disingenuous, bro.
Gonna find when you say a statement like that to say, hey, this is what's taking place all the time. But going back to it.
Thank you,
so
Roland.
you left
You got
because
it.
you wanted better economic situation for yourself.
Listen to what you just said. Again,
I'm having a hard time listening to what you just said when you're saying
it's so fundamentally flawed because when you say, "Oh my God," you see yourself as a victim.
You do.
No,
you're selling it as a victim.
No, I'm not. What I'm selling.
You're
is
saying
reality. What I'm selling is when this is again. Since you, I guess you couldn't pull it up. Okay.
Oh, he did pull it up.
Okay, the Biden administration, the Federal Housing and Finance Agency, released 47 million appraisals
Get 'em rolling!
public for the first time. The appraisals, which were compiled between 2013 and 2021, present evidence of a persistent, widespread practice in the home appraisal industry to give higher values to homes when the occupants are white and devalue them if the owners are people of color.
That's such bullshit.
It doesn't. It literally, the government can do a study about what it is. Like these are studies that HUD does. You know, let's go back to 2016. Ben Carson, the heart sergeant, that he was the department that he led last time Trump was president. These are statistics that department comes up with, and when presented with it, immediately, that's bull. There's no winning with these people. There's no fact that matters to them except for how they feel. If they feel that you acknowledging reality is you being a victim, forego any factual information that could be presented. Their emotions lead them to believe that you're being emotional. That's all there is. Like,
Also, it's bullshit though, you not hitting that subscribe button. So if you've enjoyed this video so
Actually took the reports and showed the data, and now you call it bullshit.
Of course I call it bullshit.
wait a minute. So you ask for the data and the facts.
No.
And now you give your opinion
First of all,
because you don't like
stop,
the facts.
bro.
Come on, man.
You run a company?
Yes, I do.
Okay, so when you run a company, how much shit can I find in the OPEX? How much,
in the what?
With OPEX. When I go into my balance sheet and I look at my expenses, my monthly expenses, what I'm paying for, rent, employees, benefits, workers' comp, I can give a number and say, we lost $280,000 this year. And it's like, oh my God, we lost $280,000. And then I open up the balance sheet and then boom, I'll see you're moving your face like you don't know what I'm talking about.
First of all,
When I see
You're comparing apples and oranges, you buffoon.
To jump to conclusion with something like this without seeing the entire story is ludicrous. To make a comment like that,
Bro just brought up 8 years of a study. Roland just brought up a 8-year study of the housing market, and immediately, instead of diving deeper into the information, Pat immediately calls it bull. Then when pressed on that, he starts talking about running his business. What does that have? This love of business culture is so annoying, and it makes no sense. It literally makes no sense. What does how you what you claim? My understanding is you claim losses based off projected expected revenues and whether or not you met it or not. And claiming losses to me really doesn't mean anything. The point he made was dumb.
But analyzing the millions of appraisals by using census tracts as a proxy for neighborhoods and comparing communities with nearly identical housing stock, two researchers found that the results showed a clear correlation. The higher the proportion of white residents in each community, the higher the appraised value of individual homes. They compared similar data. See, again, you want to reject the facts. And what I'm trying to explain to you is
I am refusing to
be a victim. I had a conversation like this with my aunt one time, and she was saying how she's not a victim, she's not a victim, she's not a victim. But the thing about it is, she's married, right? But we were having a conversation about single mothers, right? And the point that I was making is, just because you're a Christian doesn't mean you have the relationship, you have the knowledge, you have or that you should be the one to speak to single mothers about what they should and should not do. Because you don't know. You don't have an avenue of having a accurate perspective on what it is to be a single mother. You're married. You know what I'm saying? And her retort was, I'm not a victim. So how am I supposed to internalize that? Are you saying that I am being a victim because I'm acknowledging the difference of rearing a child as a single mother versus rearing a child with not co-parenting? That's while being married. You know what I'm saying? And this whole, they throw that I'm not a victim garbage so quickly when it makes, in areas, it makes no sense. It makes no sense. Like ugh.
People give data without me having access to the entire thing, just for their own benefit to divide.
So what you're saying is, in order for you need access to the 47 million home appraisals.
I'd love to see
yourself.
I would love to see it.
Okay, guess what? It's a federal agency. File for
I'd love to see it.
File for
but
you.
Here's follow what?
For you.
Okay, so I'd love to see it. You know why? Here's the part. How often do you see data being used and we don't know the whole story? Both sides. How often?
Well, first of all, we see data out there, but what I'm saying, I'm looking at data. actual data.
I love how Patrick Bet-David just refuses to accept the fact and keeps trying to out-logic the solid points Ronald Martin is making. I found this pretty wild story about a black couple in California who had their home appraised at $995,000. But after they removed family photos and had a white friend pose as the homeowner, boom, the second appraisal came back at around $1.5 million. That's a $500,000 jump. Now, it's not officially confirmed that race was the reason, but let's be real, it's hard not to connect the dots.
And, you know, I don't believe Roland is even saying that people are purposely devaluing black homes. If you remember what I said earlier, if you are in a state like Montana, whatever state where the Mormons have a chokehold up in those mountains where they be soaking and such, and you have a big, beautiful home covered in black art, you know what I'm saying? It's a whole bunch of papyrus all over the place, you know what I'm saying? That may be seen as a eyesore. Instead of paying attention to the bones and the structure of the home, they're distracted and end up devaluing the home solely because they don't like the art or they don't like the culture that resides there. It negatively affects black people. You know, a cop may not pull me over because he hates black people for no reason, but he's been trained that statistically there's a chance that I may have some drugs on me. You know what I'm saying? Or, you know, even if he pulled me over for actual reason, he may perceive me as a threat, a graver threat than, you know, my white counterpart. Maybe because of training, or maybe because I'm just this big ox of a man. You know what I'm saying? That reality isn't me acknowledging that reality doesn't make me, I'm not being a victim for acknowledging that. This dude, he pisses me off, man. He really does.
We don't have the exact number of black families affected by this, but it's clearly a problem that deserves attention. Ignoring it or just brushing it off isn't really the answer, no matter how much Patrick wants to argue otherwise.
Yeah. And I'm also looking at a reality. And here's what I'm saying to you. And again, this is what you, for some reason, you're not fully accepting. What is the most consistent way Americans have been able to actually build wealth? It has been through housing. That's been historical. And when you are black in America, this is not an opinion. This is not a perspective. It's a fact.
Right.
What we have seen is when you have been unable to enter the housing industry, meaning covenants saying you can't sell to black people.
Right.
Then when you actually buy a home and they've been grossly undervalued, that then limits you from being able to sell your home at a higher value and now take the profits and then create a business and then be able to send your kids to college. And what I'm saying to you is, when that has been persistent, when you look at the appraisals, one, when you look at inability where you're buying a house, two, all of a sudden now you see a clear way how African Americans have been impacted, not historically, but still in present day. And what I'm saying to you is, whether you are Democrat or Republican,
right,
I want that to change.
Honestly, I think Ronald Martin made some solid points throughout the whole debate. He backed up his argument with real facts. Now, Patrick Bet-David did bring up some fair points too, like how the government should release the exact numbers of black families affected by this. But even without that, it's pretty clear this is a very serious issue that's impacting a lot of black families in America. But this is it for today's video. If you've enjoyed it, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe. I'd love to hear your thoughts about this debate in the comments too.
This is Democracy Now! Democracy.
All right, no, we're not gonna do a Democracy Now! But all right, guys, that was today's video. It's been fun. We're gonna try to get more people. I need to do this like not always at 1 o'clock in the morning when majority of people are asleep. I need to be doing this during the day. So I'm gonna be making efforts to do that, be more diligent and posting consistently. This is, you know, it takes more than what you would expect to do this. I've grown a great respect for streamers, especially the ones that's been doing this for a while, you know, and who have built their platform up to be something that they're able to sustain themselves off of. You know, that's the goal ultimately. You know, I still got my other jobs, we still working, and we got the family company, of course, and then, you know, we also got the Make America Vote Again. Lord, we need people to start voting. So we're gonna definitely be ramping up. If you like the hat, let me know. I know a lot of people that came in, they saw the red hat, it's like, oh, let me get a little something, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's where we are right now. I appreciate everybody that came and chilled for however long. Leave a comment, like and subscribe. Peace to the saints, whatever bro was saying. But yeah, I love to all, no hate to anybody. And God bless, man. I'm going to bed. It's late. What is it? About to be 1:30, and I'm in here sweating like a fat girl in church. But yeah, y'all, good night, and I hope everybody enjoys the rest of the day. All right, it's on TV. We out, baby.